Ooh, this is like a really... Clearly, I was feeling my inner reverence. I wrote, we see a giant frog and Dancer jumps on it and gets shrunk and disappears. The well wasn't real, and we go look at the box in its place and see that it's a witch's hat. We go tell the queen about... Like, all the... Dancer's gone, and all I say is he disappears.
Because that's what happened.
Yeah.
So we literally just watched a Dancer jump.
We just watched Dancer jump on top of a frog that jumped into a well that wasn't real, and he's gone.
Disappeared into a witch's hat, gone forever.
Like Mario.
Yeah, and Dancer's gone. The well wasn't real. We go to look at the box that's in its place, see it's a witch's hat. We go to tell the queen about the sighting of the fairy. I didn't write the fairy, but I remember that. She seems tired, but agrees to help us.
Was Dancer ever really there?
And the next session starts with a feast. Every now and then I like to hold Matt accountable for what he promises.
No, I know.
I typically write down the last sentence he says out loud. The closing sentence is usually at the end of my notes.
Dun dun dun.
And you've only varied a few times. A few times you're like, nope, you're starting here. And I was like, oh.
A few times it gets adjusted.
It has to. I understand.
Sometimes.
Not very many times though, because I'm assuming we're starting at the feast, right?
Yep.
We're at the feast.
We
are feasting.
What kind of clothing would y'all don for this feast?
Didn't they bring some finery for us?
Mm-hmm.
Probably whatever they give me.
What color's
I mean,
my
did they
skin?
bring us options?
Yeah, it's
What are my options?
It's up to y'all.
What color's my skin?
Oh gosh.
Whatever color you want it to be.
I will
I
wear
don't
the
know.
finery, but I will bring my shield and moonsickle.
No, but what does your finery look like?
Oh, what does it look like?
That's what we
Definitely a solid tunic. I think I described it last time. It was like a tunic with a hood, short sleeves and shorts. I think they were like down to like my right below my knees.
A white tuxedo with a red bow.
That's exactly right. That's what flamingo looks like. Like a G.
Question.
It's just weird.
I'm gonna ask
Gucci in
like
this, though.
a Rowan or someone what is expected to be worn at the feast to get an idea of what to wear.
Oh my god, you guys.
I'm gonna like ask for tips.
Yeah, Rowan will let you know that, especially considering it's sort of the homecoming feast of the school year, and then also all of you being here as guests. It's probably a little higher profile than a normal feast. So she is advising essentially in her own words, the more uptight the better.
So the white tuxedo is gonna be perfect.
That's A-wing.
Yeah, I mean, to a degree, you probably won't quite get it. It is like a very happy medieval.
I am a purple color.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
That's my color. Like I'm purple. And I'm very not human in this very human place. I'm gonna wear like a nice black gown, but I'm gonna have like a coat over it. Not flashy, but a nice coat over it hiding my wings. You know, playing it cool. I don't know. Some jewelry or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
cool.
I'm gonna wear like a black silky gown, but I'm gonna intentionally wear something that maybe like a neck thing or a shawl that covers my wings.
Nice.
Okay.
That will be daunting.
Well, I'm gonna try.
It's gonna be like.
I know. I wanna. Well, no. I'm gonna tuck them under.
You can tuck them.
I mean, they're not always out straight.
Well, how big are they? They're big enough to carry you.
She's got Cupid's wings.
We're not getting into the math of that.
But they fold up.
I've been over this before.
wings. They fold up like a little bird's wings.
I know.
They fold up.
They fold up. Okay, so
Yeah.
they fold up.
Yeah.
That's
She's got
I
wings the
fold my
size of
wings
Cupid.
back.
like a Diablo angel.
I've said that from the very beginning. I wear something to keep
Well,
them
their
covered.
angels aren't real, or their wings aren't real.
They fold up like a cute, not like a bat, like a bird. They're cute wings. They're not. I'm part dragon, but
What?
not dragon. demon.
There are devil dragons.
Yeah, that's true.
What?
They can look like whatever they want. Horned, scaly, angry, and breathing fire.
The devil appears in
I'm
many
not
forms.
arguing
You've
with you.
always
I'm
got to
just
be on
like,
the lookout,
whoa.
Jack.
Well,
I'm not disagreeing.
We
Me and me
fucking
just saying,
like look, horn, scales, tails, and claws aren't the the sole realm of dragons. Pretty much everything else has them.
For sure.
Including reverence. So she's trying to play it cool.
All right, Maleficent.
What?
A
Kinda.
little bit.
I'm trying to remember. There's some show or movie or something. I cannot remember. I can see it though. It was a female character that had like bat or dragon wings. I think they were ostensibly human. Remember they would like fold them up around them like a drape, like not like
Like
like a
Dracula?
shawl.
Oh,
shawl.
it was
like-
X-Men. It was the
Oh, it was not
like
Angel,
a butterfly.
but
yeah.
no, because Angel was
The
the
glass.
dude with the metal wings.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm remembering that right. Like it would fold over. It would look like a shawl or something.
It was like her clothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
That design was sick.
I
Yeah,
want to
that
do
makes
that.
sense.
I want to do something like that.
Okay.
That is cool.
That's
You
what I
are
want to
gonna
do.
have other stuff under it, right? So
Yes.
if you have to fly, you're not just gonna be.
No, like I'm wearing like
Give the people what
a
they want,
dress.
Matthew.
Like I'm
don't-
wearing a nice dress.
I think a medieval like situation would handle that well.
think about the painting, Matthew. Think about the medieval painting that would come out of that situation.
Actually, wait.
Yeah, I see a lot of people screaming. A bunch of priests holding up.
Do you want that demon to be naked or flying with clothes?
Clothes.
God.
I don't. Who painted it and when was it painted?
It was naked.
Who painted it?
Well, this is an important factor in this.
Honestly, you choose.
The Dutch didn't really paint any demons, and I actually I'm more a fan of their stuff. Than
So
most
here's the
things.
thing. The fact that you guys are having a real conversation right now about who painted what in what era,
Dutch,
Yeah.
and whether or not it would
Dutch
have
were
naked
mostly-
flying demons,
Naked.
is like way off track.
Dutch were mostly like landscapes, empty rooms, vases, and like forlorn, somewhat
Almost
like
Reno.
chubby-looking, what I imagine are Protestant women.
Let it be known,
Those are all
Reverend
just super
has
covered up.
clothes on.
Jesus, tap dancing.
It's true, they did it good though.
We're at the feast, and I'm feasting.
Yeah. As you'll get there, you will realize Rowan definitely lied to you about how formal it was going to be.
It's party.
It's chill.
Yeah, it's
We're overdressed.
Yeah. Like very, very, very clearly overdressed.
I've got short sleeves.
Whatever. It's a piece.
Or very underdressed. I don't. You pick.
I would prefer just Aowen to be underdressed and the
There
rest
we
of
go,
us
yeah.
to be overdressed or be equally dressed. If we're getting to choose.
You're never fully dressed without a smile or reverence.
What?
And Reverence smirks a little and then hates herself for doing
What if you don't have a mouth?
it.
Then how would you ever smile?
You can't. So you just never count as being dressed.
No, well then it doesn't apply to you.
What if you're wearing hijab? Does that still count if you can't see them smile?
No.
Curious statement.
So,
Anyways, as you are at the feast, it's lined up in one of the large halls within the castle within Castle Ardenvale. Yes.
I brought some dice. I brought some dice.
Sure. Anyways, yeah, it is. Just take your pick. It is.
Take his medal.
There are a
No.
number of
not on our table.
Oh.
number of
We'll get him a little
long,
thing
long
to roll
rows of
with.
tables. It's kind of very Hogwarts-esque looking in the way that it's set up. All of you are sitting at a position of sort of favor up at the top with the royal family, and then what you imagine are some of the closer or other parts of the family that you either haven't met or don't know, and then probably close advisors. maybe other diplomats or other persons of import, and where y'all are at. There's also the king's seat is empty because he is currently gone. Given that there's also another seat next to him that is empty as well, opposite side of the queen, probably for his right hand or one of the other sort of preeminent positions in the within Ardenvale.
But
that would travel
that's
in.
also empty.
Mm-hmm. Then following from there, Will and Rowan are seated, continuing in that direction, and then it will be all of you, and then your mentors, along with Professor Onyx, who is there for a mentor for Will and Rowan. Then opposite side, you have Hazel next to Quinn Linden. Then another. Not quite man, like late teenage years.
So Queen Linden wasn't next to the king?
No, it was on the opposite. It was on the opposite side. Like it's the king, and then it's empty. King, empty, then Will, Rowan, y'all, mentors, and then going the opposite side of that is Linden and Hazel. Actually, between the two of them is a what looks like probably later into teenage years. A boy, Otis man of a similar complexion to Hazel, lighter than Linden, and then seated Hazel, and continuing from there are faces that you do not recognize. But then the hall is, mostly filled. Some sort of near the back coming and going as the night will go on. Knights attending to their duties for the most part, coming in, stopping to feast temporarily. But yeah, for one reason or another, being drawn into after starting or being drawn away before ending. And so y'all will be at the table, food and drink being served. No major address given at the beginning of the dinner per the request of Will and Rowan. They sort of want to just slide back into things if possible, or keep someone out of the spotlight.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Respect it.
But yeah, so the feast will go on, and it's up to y'all what y'all want to be doing during all this.
Basically, just keeping my eyes open and doing as these people do. Trying not to get too drunk,
Yeah.
unlike my usual antics. Because I'm in a strange place again and again,
Yeah. I'm.
at the mercy of a bunch of people who don't look like me.
Do you see anyone in the back in the corners like hanging out there, but they're not there?
There's a number. There's knights in their silver armor coming and going. What looks
Silver
like servants. Bringing food, drink, taking away trays out with dirty dishes. Maybe some individuals coming in unaware of what the reasoning for the feast is. Maybe other servants of the castle sort of coming in for a second, making sure they're not needed, and then continuing on. What exactly do you mean by?
Like someone, a guest that's there, but like everyone's gonna go see them, but they're not actively like walking around. Like they're just like in the back. Like someone that's acknowledged that they're there, but like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, one of the mages that y'all had spoken to earlier in the day is back there. Doesn't seem to be too gung ho about the formalities of everything. She's more focused probably on her research and studies. Some come up to her, with questions. It probably. Or looking for advice on things. She's not really too keen on the mixing and mingling, though mostly keeping to her food and then answering or addressing those that come to her in turn. Other than that, I mean, it's
What are the professors doing?
they're eating.
I'm gonna just eat.
Wow, where do you come from?
I mean, we're all like at our
They're looking
tables,
at it.
right?
Like, is the food good?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm just gonna eat, enjoy it.
Yeah, there's roasty meats, vegetables, fowl that you can't really recognize. Some of them, some of the haunches of reddened meat.
What are Will and Rowan doing?
They are. Will is eating sort of every now and then, speaking with Lynn, conversing with Lyndon, being the closest one on this side to her still, 2 seats away. For the most part, he seems to also be like reading a book underneath the table.
And Rowan?
Rowan though is looking around, sort of antsy, sort of already feeling constrained by everything, more likely than not.
She's
or
different here,
maybe waiting for something to happen.
Waiting for something to happen.
Oh.
She's just antsy. Yeah, I remember. She is rather short-tempered and sort of incorrigible at times.
Well, I'm just gonna eat. If everyone else at the table is just chilling and eating, I'm just gonna chill and eat.
Yeah, there's amongst the mentors, there's
I'm feeling very uncomfortable being overdressed, so.
yeah, Johnny is certainly having his way with the food. It is sort of somewhat of a notable spectacle, kind of, watching him eat. Given not only his size but his nature.
Remind me?
Really, he's like a shack-sized white lion.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Probably, I mean, honestly,
I
probably
forget.
like thicker than Shaq too, given.
So he looks way crazier than us.
Yeah.
But
that's true.
he is very reserved, actually. Like he's very reserved and very keeps to like tradition and formality at all times, knowing how he kind of comes across probably in his past, or it might just be how his people were. And although he's probably still even dressed up, like 3/4 naked still, or like half naked, not 3/4.
I mean, it's got fur, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
It's sort of become like some of the younger individuals of those here at the feast are sort of watching. Sometimes like some little kids probably like watching this. Others are visibly put off by him. Very much also like hesitant to come near even that portion of the hall. Then Professor Onyx and Jace they're kind of talking to the two of them on the other side of Johnny from y'all. They seem to be kind of quietly, they're speaking to each other, drinking for the most part, eating like a little bit, but they seem to have zero issue with holding conversation with one another. Maybe even at times it seems a little closer than acquaintances.
Oh.
But it doesn't ever seem to move past that. It may be a game between them, or it may be
Sexual gamesmanship.
Ooh.
may just be the nature of both their personalities.
Weird. Cool. Fun.
Interesting.
As time goes on, it's sort of whatever y'all want to make of this for a little while.
Can I go and talk to a knight?
Sure.
So I guess I'll walk over to the main door, I guess, and
Well, there's also knights amongst everyone here. The knights are less.
I want to talk to one that's on duty.
Oh, okay.
Basically, I'm gonna ask him anything happening that's been going on since we've been at the feast. Anything interesting going on outside the walls right now? Any developments?
Well, to be very
Who are you?
honest, sir,
In a
I
white tuxedo, here for business.
wouldn't actually know. I've been here. But do you mean this eve in particular, or
Well, just in general.
across the land at large?
Just across the land at large.
Well, there's the issue of the wilds seem to be encroaching. The absence of the High King seems to lend to that nature. There's rumors of wild hunt. Of course, come near midsummer, it's always the game played. There's some unrest amongst the courts. Nothing more than High King absent. Of course, will return to their squabbling until some great threat arises. Nobles want power. There's fighting along the borders of the wilds. They fluctuate constantly.
Do y'all have like a base outside of here? Like campments, little camps or something?
All along the road there are way stations for knights along their quests. Generally, filled
I'm not with you.
at least here and there by aspiring knights. No permanent fortifications, at least in Ardenvale. We focus around the castle. We focus around Castle Ardenvale. Some of the other courts are more spread out, though, in their own designs and their natures.
What's the quest look like these days?
I know 2 are set out that I've heard of, at least, having them coming through Ardenvale. One is hunting a troll that has been parading about a series of bridges, claiming it as their own. Another is hunting a flightless dragon. The beast has, from some reason or another, stayed to the land. That makes it no less dangerous of a foe.
Probably
those are the most notable ones I can think of.
Can you imagine how strong a dragon would be if it was like not able to fly away and had to win every fight on the ground?
Just straight.
Oh my god. Oh god.
That's seriously interesting. Who gives those quests out?
The various heads of the courts, if there's pressing matters, or if they find something that they, as I now understand, figure they can just pass off to others that are willing to clean up others' messes for their own fame or their own standing. Every few generations, the questing beast itself will anoint some with quests, though generally that is in the day is coming for a high king or queen to pass, and their throne crumble with them.
Interesting. Are y'all just gonna still sit there and eat?
Dude, yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
sitting there eating and talking?
You're learning a lot of good information though, good job.
What did you ask? Need help here.
I tried to give
What
you
was it
help. You
called?
showed me down.
Wild hunt?
The wild
Wild
hunt.
hunt?
What is that?
Yeah.
He said there was a wild hunt. The rumblings or talkings of a wild hunt.
So you mentioned something about a wild hunt. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes, it is the
This is a super friendly night.
Yeah, I love this guy.
it seems to be a yearly tradition of the elves and the other fair folk of the wilds
that.
Reanointing their pact with the nature and amongst themselves with blood to hold fast for another year.
That sounds scary. Where's that?
We really don't know. This sticks out amongst the wilds. They always rumors of all manners of beasts and monster that they ride out hunting some prey, either chosen or ordained in some way to them.
Do you know anyone that's done this? Do you know anyone? Or is anyone here that's done that?
Excuse me?
The wild hunt?
No, it's what the fairies and elves do.
Oh, is it? Do you know anyone here that's actually seen it?
None that live. There's only tales of it.
Damn, that's crazy. So it's very much a bad thing.
It's very much, yeah.
Glad that we got clarification on that, because it's not
Blood
like a fun
magics and rituals abound for it. Nothing that any good could come of.
Well, kind sir, I appreciate your information. You've been very helpful and very entertaining. Thank you.
As you go.
I'll walk over to them and be like, hey, got some cool stuff. Guess what?
You share the goss.
I share every detail with them.
Spilled tea.
And then I sit down and I just cream my face with whatever's on the table.
His face gets creamed.
And I get it all over
Your white tuxedo.
my white tuxedo, yeah.
The imagery.
Just gave me like the full body chills. Whoa.
I can just think of Kevin in the office and the pot of chili for some reason.
Yeah. He's over there on the ground scooping it back up. Yeah.
He's so sad.
Yeah.
No, I like it. Yeah, cool.
There's a troll in the dungeon.
Who's next
You
to
wanna
us? Which professor is next to who?
Ajani is gonna be the mentor closest to y'all.
So which one
whatever
of us?
order y'all are sitting in. And then Rowan's on the other side.
I am not by Rowan.
I'll sit by Rowan.
Rowan.
That's probably why I'm being so quiet.
I'll be by Ajani.
Okay.
Ajani's talking to Jace. No.
Jason Onyx.
Jason Onyx
are
or
mostly keeping themselves. Ajani doesn't seem really bothered by that. He's eating for the most part and sort of looking about, trying his best. It seems to not come off as intimidating or what these people think him to be.
And I don't know. Is Ajani like chattable or is he like right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a big ass lion.
I
Just,
know.
you know,
I just.
In the
I mean, he's one of our mentors.
yeah, well, he's just
Does he not want to talk?
no. He's just.
You know?
Just, have you ever seen a lion eat?
Yeah, that's true.
It's just.
Yeah, it's all over.
It's kind of a sight. Especially like if they also have like thumbs, and it's like a little more articulate, but there's still going to be that point because they're
opposable.
Yeah, I mean he has you know full hands and opposable toes as well.
This dude's badass.
But I mean there's still his jaw is much larger like.
So do I get the
Then-
vibe that
then y'all's
Ajani's never been here
even-
before?
No, Johnny has not been here before.
Okay, I already know
But
that.
he
information.
very quickly has picked up on how people look at him.
I'm gonna say to Rowan, hey, are you good?
You were talking to me?
Yeah. Like,
Why?
You're looking kind of nervous.
What?
His palms are sweaty.
Like, you look like anxious. Are you okay?
On Roman spaghetti.
How would you feel if you went home?
That is a great point. So,
I mean, I actually don't know. I was. Whatever.
I'd feel anxious and nervous and annoyed, to be honest with you. Because I really like hanging out with my friends, but I would like it if we were friends.
Why?
Well, I think you're kind of cool, okay? You had the idea for the races, which I thought was awesome. One, because I like racing, it's the sport of kings, and I also like gambling. And two...
What? Racing is not the sport of kings.
What is the sport of kings, then?
Jousting, obviously.
Well, I've never seen that.
Or questing.
Well, that's not a sport. That's questing.
Yeah.
So what's jousting?
I don't even know where to begin with you.
Well, I'm not from here. Help me out. Be my friend. Teach me something.
No.
Listen. Your brother invited us here to spite you. Spite him back by making the best of it.
No, I wouldn't spite him at all.
He wants you to have a bad time. If you have a good time, that would spite him.
No.
Don't you know the best revenge is living well?
But that's what he wants me to do. Will has no spiteful bone in his body, no matter what he says.
So he just loves you and wants the best for you?
Yes.
Oh no.
That's why I don't like you. Actually, that wasn't even the reason before. Now I just have the one I can articulate.
Which is what?
I just think you're an idiot.
Why? Because I think that we should be friends? Come on, we go to the same school. I'm literally in your fucking castle.
Yeah.
Look, I'm trying here.
I don't care.
I'm sitting next to you at your return feast. Come on. What do you like to do around here? All I saw was you sleeping today.
There's a troll in a dungeon.
Like, what's a good time for you here at home?
Probably questing, fighting, hunting something.
Well, let's fucking do that. I'm fucking down. These guys?
I'll do this.
They're
with
down.
You why?
Can I, am I within earshot of
Yeah.
that? Hey guys. I heard there's a wingless dragon and a troll somewhere. And I'll go back to eating.
Oh shit, did you hear that? We can go questing. Look, I know you said you...
What is this we thing that you're using?
These guys here, you see us? The students of the year? We don't give a shit about that. All we like to do is get into trouble and fuck things up and get fucked up and then come back and do it the next day.
It goes completely against the whole reason you have that title.
Doesn't it make sense now?
No. I think you're just trying to put on some sort of facade.
What?
You don't become student of the year by constantly fucking everything up around you.
No, I'm not talking about fucking
Become
everything up.
student
I'm
of
talking
the year
about
by
getting into
kissing ass and being teachers' pets.
Whose ass did we kiss, do you think?
I don't know.
Exactly. All we did was get into fights all year. Do you not remember all that?
Do you think I follow you around all the time?
Okay, well, let me just clue you in. We just got in fights all year. Literally, situations where our life were at stake. It kind of made us stronger, and it was really fun. Okay? I kept almost dying, and for some reason, I keep wanting to do it. I keep wanting to do it. So,
I love almost dying.
if your favorite thing to do around here is questing, take us with you. We don't have anything to do.
You didn't get outside much growing up, did you?
That's all I did was be outside.
In the air.
Oh, Flambeau, you divine little bitch. Smirk at me. That's where I'm from. I'll kick your ass. Look, I don't even like those people right now, but I will kick your ass if you fuck with me about the fucking plane of air. Where are you from?
He's gotta be drunk.
I don't really know.
You don't even know? Why don't you get home before you mess with me about mine?
She just threw a french fry at him?
Yeah.
You put it in my ketchup.
I didn't eat that, so it's fine.
But no, it's okay. Oh, they have little brown french fries on.
Yeah, anyway. Let's get into some shit. Let's be friends. Hello. I mean, what else are we gonna do? You just gonna hate us the whole time we're here?
Yes. Along with, I have plenty of things to do.
Okay. Like, questing?
Like, doing them myself.
All by yourself?
For the most part, yes. It's probably why I didn't invite anybody back.
Stop it.
Well, does Will go questing, or does he just like to read all the time?
He's a bookworm.
That's up to him.
I mean, I'm
I
asking
imagine
you.
he'll read most of the time, or be paralyzed by the choice of what book to take with him when he does go questing.
Okay, so he does quest as well.
Yes.
Okay. So y'all both quest entirely separately?
No. Together.
Okay. So you guys quest together, and this whole time you were saying you were gonna go alone.
Never said I was going alone. Said I would do it myself.
Don't you understand how that necessarily implies that you would be by yourself?
She meant not with us.
Is that what she meant?
Well, if Will's coming with you, he might invite us. So let's be friends. I can heal you if you get hurt. I'm pretty good at that. All I'm good at.
I'm sorry, were you talking? Somewhere else. Sorry.
I'll see you later. And I stand up and I walk out.
The feast?
No, I just like walk to like this. I just like walk to the other side of Reverence, and I'm like, oh my fucking god.
And I look at him and I go, why would you be such an idiot? You look so desperate.
I'm an idiot. I look
Why
desperate.
are you being
Fuck
desperate?
you. Fuck you, Reverence. Fuck you. I'm just kidding.
No, you can say that
I'm
because
just
Reverence is laughing
busting out
in your
laughing.
face.
I'm laughing at you too.
I'm laughing in your face. And I look
tried.
over at Johnny, Professor Johnny, and I go,
There's a little like side eye from him, and you can definitely like his ears definitely like turn.
oh,
to
absolutely. And I go,
listen. And he knows you look back, and he like he doesn't shift at all, but like the ear just like slowly turns back, and he continues chew like the like mid chew he was, like very much being like, I saw nothing.
and I look over at Johnny and I go, how long do you think this is gonna last?
I imagine until the food is out or people begin to retire for the night.
Well, I'm still eating, so that way I can eat all the food.
He's gonna Luffy this situation.
It's after dark and not familiar with the moon cycle of this plane yet. But I imagine it is somewhat early, considering the number of people still here and the number of people that haven't left.
Well, what do you plan to do this summer?
Well, I'm here for all of you.
So what can we do? Like, I don't know what it's like to have a mentor for a summer. What are we gonna do? Do you have any ideas? We're here to
I had
learn and bounce around some ideas.
I had mentors growing up in my tribe, but it was mostly for learning to hunt. And
Guys, I don't know about y'all, but
The
this troll thing
planes,
sounds
but-
fun.
Yeah,
I don't honestly believe that. will
I'd probably
apply
die,
to
though, but I'm gonna
all
try.
of you, and also teaching the customs of my people as they were. I don't know what I'm supposed to do as a mentor, in all honesty, for this school.
Supposed to be there when we
So
need
wait.
you for help.
Bo was talking to
Who? Bo?
you. We're talking. I missed the middle part.
Flum.
Johnny does not want to teach us the customs of hunting and.
Well, no, he mentioned he's had mentors in life, but it was like
for hunting and jump.
his tribe, like learning to live and survive in their world and time.
Oh.
He's very aware. He's like, I don't think any of that applies to you, and I don't think that's the kind of mentoring they need.
Oh. What does the Johnny teach?
Johnny
He
Chan.
taught auras.
Johnny Chan.
Auras?
Magical auras.
I'm not
You can
magical.
Continue lessons to some degree, or go out into the world and learn in the most natural way.
By getting our asses kicked.
Let's go troll fighting.
Well, preferably not, to be honest.
We would love to go out and learn the natural way. I don't know what that would like. What?
That means hunting trolls and dragons and crazy ass shit.
Yeah,
That's
you
your
mean-
But like with a Johnny, like
With Johnny, you want to come help us hunt a troll?
isn't
We
that
heard
what
about
I
a
said?
cool one.
Like
Are you sure you're prepared for that?
we're
No.
probably not. Can
No.
you help us prepare for something
The
like
more
that?
you learn from it,
Learn how to kill a troll.
Experience.
you won't learn how to kill a troll. You'll learn how to watch someone else kill a troll.
Hey, I will
You
help
learn
that
what-
person kill a troll.
I'm more of a learn by watching.
Stop.
Rather unconstructive, I imagine.
Stop.
Okay, well, what does
how
anybody
would
get
you...
from fighting something together then?
Shared
It's less
experience.
fighting together. I simply
All I had to do is
believe
one
it's
damage
value
to it.
depth overall. I don't think you would be doing all too much besides simply trying to stay alive.
Probably correct.
If I pull a
I
rope
mean, are
trick.
you even aware of the physiologies of the trolls at this point?
Are you?
We're gonna go
I
to
don't
the
know.
library.
No, but they've differed on every plane I've been on.
For sure, that's why I'm saying come like help. We want to hunt it. We don't know anything about it. You're a hunter, right?
I was, yes.
Sick.
You've seen some of these in your time then.
I mean, not here, but I've seen beasts that share the title and many others.
Okay, so maybe we don't go hunting trolls because Johnny seems to very much not want to go hunt a troll right
Let's go hunt
now.
grasshoppers then.
Maybe.
Shit.
Do you know of anything we could go hunt that might be more feasible that could help us grow in our skills?
Does it rhyme with pole? Might be a troll.
A-Wing and
It does.
Flambeau are at that annoying point in their drunkenness where they're not like
God.
sloppy, but they are drunk.
Yeah, clearly.
Just enough to be
And
making
I'm
sense
very
and common
much
sense.
trying to like lock them out of this conversation. Like, ignore them, they're drunk. You're here to mentor us.
My
What
presence
kinds of
is
things
so
do you think we could do
overwhelming.
to grow in our skills?
I mean, to be very honest, I don't know your capabilities.
I
have
don't
none of
either.
You as students.
I don't either.
Still,
Can we?
So
so
one way
beyond
of
me,
knowing
why
your
I would speak
capabilities.
is what is one of your mentors. But
You're
I
nice
will
and we
do my
like you.
best.
But like that's the other thing is like we don't know our skills yet. We didn't take your course. So if there's anything you could teach us or we could
I guess that's one reason why we did
learn
pick you,
how
is
to
that we
do.
didn't get a chance to
Okay,
learn.
certainly.
yeah, we
teach
would
you
love
that.
to learn from you this
Yeah.
summer because we missed out on your course and
Yeah, for
heard
sure.
so many wonderful like people
You-
spoke so highly of you.
Yeah.
We wanted to.
Who?
You'll notice that A-Wing's using his unending breath, and he doesn't take a breath, and he's just sitting there looking at Reverence, just like waiting for her to say something.
Honestly, I don't know specifically, but I know that and I look over at him, breathe, knowing full well that he doesn't need to breathe.
I'm laughing my ass off at you, just like,
You're
I
such
know.
an idiot.
I don't know. Do we know anyone that took magical auras?
No, you're dumb.
No.
Like, you just lied.
Why did we
You
pick a
just
Johnny?
made shit up.
We heard cool shit
Oh my
about
god, are you
him.
saying this out loud? Oh my god.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to. Who picked him? I didn't pick him. I picked him.
We just remember him talking to us like several times. Like, and we remembered his name and we chose him.
Mostly we just wanted a chance to learn from you. I like to study and learn, and I don't want to waste my summer doing dumb things with these drunk fools. So I would love a chance to learn.
I'm a drunk
if
fool.
You all do wish
In
to
this
hunt,
moment,
we
yes,
can
you are.
find,
Appropriate prey.
Yes, less
Yeah.
notorious game, I would imagine.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I think that would be.
See
We're
what you
down.
know of the art. See if you are capable hunters. See if you can work together.
And as soon as Johnny says that, I just go,
Oh my god, I'll totally prepare my spells for hunting. I say drunkenly.
Or healing.
No, not that. I can already do that. That's fine.
And I say,
That's fine.
we would love that. Cool.
We can embark upon that when you please then.
Hell
I
yeah.
have no business here at all that would stop me otherwise.
Do we need a day or two to figure out what appropriate prey for hunting would be around here, or do we
Whatever
just
we
like
do,
go
don't
out
listen to
and
what Rowan
see?
says.
Leave. We're hunt in the traditional way.
All right.
Set out, find prey as we can.
Do we want to go tomorrow?
That's what I'm talking about. See? Yes.
Well, I mean, we have no plans or commitments thus far, so I mean, we could go tomorrow. They may not feel great in the morning if we need to wait a day.
Have you spoken with the others then?
Which others?
I would imagine, Jace.
Oh, not yet. He seems pretty
I don't think
locked into that conversation
Jace
down
doesn't
there.
like us, right? He's the one that's like annoyed
And I try to
at us.
like look over, because I'm assuming if John's bigger,
Jace
so I
is the
can't
one
really
that's annoyed
see
at us, right?
around.
He'll move for you to like if you're wanting to do that. He'll shift back or forth.
He's super
however.
polite.
Okay. And I look over and I go, should I just like holler down at Jace and ask if he wants to join us tomorrow for a hunt?
What are we
No.
hunting?
Okay.
I don't think you should holler.
Well, not like holler, but just like,
Shot Kala?
I think that would be a holler. To like
Okay.
yell over the feast down the.
he's not like down, he's just like right, or is it like,
He's on the other side of Johnny.
Oh.
oh,
Then go ahead.
he's like right on the,
If
like
he's on
if
this
the
side,
Johnny's
yeah,
leaning
never mind.
back,
No, sorry, never mind. Go ahead.
yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, would it be impolite? Are we spread out to a point where it would be impolite to do that?
No.
No. I
Okay.
mean, yeah. If it was Johnny's
Also,
leaning back,
Reverence
or,
doesn't
It's
have
two
very
people
good
down.
manners.
yeah, if it was Johnny's like,
Like, you're two people down too.
Yeah.
if it was Johnny, leaning back and leaning forward, Jace is sort of like leaning forward a little bit, mostly like head turned towards Onyx.
Oh, I just killed
And
him.
then, and if you'd be looking at him, you'd probably make eye contact with Onyx, and she's looking at him.
Is Jace just Jace, or is he Professor Jace, or is he Professor?
Jace.
He's just Jace.
Yeah.
Like I just
Are you
go,
asking, is this in character or
no,
out?
no, this is out.
None
How
of-
have we
none-
ever
none-
spoken to him
None
before?
of the subs have our professors like in
So
official
we-
capacity. There's subs.
Onyx is the only one that's not a sub.
Mhm.
So it's Professor Onyx. So all the other ones we just call like to their faces,
Yeah.
like Chandra,
Mhm.
Jace. Okay, that just
None,
feels
none
casual
of
to
them,
me.
none of them have laid out
Titles.
any sort of decorum where they want more.
Okay,
Mm.
that's cool. Well, I'm looking down, and I'm assuming Onyx and Professor Onyx and I make eye contact. You
Yeah,
said?
probably.
Does Professor Onyx pause in the conversation?
Mm-hmm.
Does Jace turn around, or do they acknowledge whatsoever, or is it like?
You can sort of like hear faintly, but it's most from reading lips, since she's looking like right at you, like back and forth between you and Jace. You can just see her and slightly hear her say, "I believe your pupils are trying to get your attention." And Jace will turn to turn to y'all.
And I say, "Oh, excuse me, Jace. We were just talking with the Johnny, and we were gonna maybe go out tomorrow to like hunt and try to hone in on some of our skills
We're gonna
and
go on a
learn. And we would
stroll.
love it if you wanted to join us and
Looking for a.
mentor, or not. Up to you. You're not talking."
I think we'll go for a stroll.
Sure, I guess that's reason I'm here amongst anything else I can find.
Go for a walk.
Hunting is not exactly my forte, at least not like hunting beasts isn't exactly my forte.
It's not
I'll
necessarily.
come along though.
That would be
Oh, yeah,
great.
no,
We're
that
kind of more
sounds
just
dope.
gonna explore in the wild and just kind of see what we can learn and experience, and I don't know, maybe hunt, maybe not. I don't really know. We don't have a game plan, but we'd love for you to come along.
Okay.
Cool. And then
You're
Yay.
missing somebody.
Dancer sort of, what's the word? Got caught by a witch already.
Yeah.
Apparently there's witches here, and they took him with his love of frogs. He hopped on a giant toad that wasn't real, and jumped into a huge well that wasn't real.
He was
that turned
frog
into a
napped.
witch hat.
As a word witch, you'll hear like a slight sputter from your other side, but it'll very, very quickly, like, it's just for a second, it seems, that word, is
Not good.
has a particular effect with Rowan.
It's triggering.
She was like mid drink and there's sputter, but very, very quickly she recovers and then continues, and that doesn't follow up or anything with that.
She knows something about that?
Anyone will remember that.
Lock that one away.
So yeah, that I know that's a terrible explanation of what happened, but that's about as much as we understand.
We're hoping
Can you
he
just
returns.
not remember the rest of it?
No, I swear to God,
That's
it
all there
turned
was to
into a
it.
hat that
A frog, he saw
Dissipated.
a frog and he jumped on it.
frog jumped in the well.
It was
Then
a
the
big
frog
frog.
jumped
To his
into a
defense,
well.
it was a big frog.
When we went over to the well to try to get him out,
There was no well.
there was no well, and
There
we
was a
looked
hat.
down and saw a
No
hat.
well.
So he's missing.
Don't all seem particularly perturbed by this.
To be honest,
We were at the time.
it was how he wanted to go.
Is he dead?
No, he's just in a better place, I think.
Frog heaven.
Frog heaven. He
It's got a
worshipped.
weird
Listen,
thing for
just
frogs.
frogs
he
everywhere.
had a weird affinity for frogs. He worshipped a shovel.
Oh my God! He took my shovel.
Your shovel's gone, Flambeau.
No!
And I go.
He couldn't have at least given it
"Finally,
back?"
The
Yeah.
shovel's gone.
He followed the way of the shovel.
He followed the way of the
And
shovel.
Yeah. No, it was very shocking in the moment, but
He seemed really at peace with it, to be honest.
he was kind of like wee as the
He-
frog was jumping into the well. So
He had an
we think
opportunity
that
to jump off
That's
too,
what he did.
and he did not.
Like it seemed like he knew exactly what was gonna happen.
So we think he may just be on his own little adventure right now.
He's on a side quest.
He's playing
He's
Frogger.
doing his own
What?
thing.
Frogger, we used to jump.
He
across
just
the lily
wanted to go.
pads.
He's just doing his own thing right now. We were very shocked by it originally, but we're kind of coming to peace with it. So
We just exist in a world where things come and go so quickly, and you just gotta hold on to your friends so tight.
and I
Or
roll my
just
eyes.
forget about him and it won't bother you.
Oh,
I'm drinking right now because I'm upset.
yeah.
No, I mean, I can just wipe it from you. If you want me to.
Wipe it from
And I look at Aaron and I say, "Don't do that."
Don't do that. I won't remember him.
Why? If it only causes you pain and upsets you, and then also, I imagine probably some critical event
Makes
will
me
come up and
stronger.
cause issues.
Well-
You're stronger for it.
But no.
Mhm.
What happens when he comes back? I'll just not remember him?
We can restore the memories if possible.
What, are you just gonna be like around for that? Come on, man. Don't erase my memories.
Will
Is
you
he
be around
coming
for
back
that?
during the break? Or are we going back to the
What do you
store
mind,
and
Bob?
informing them that one of you is already gone? It has been gone since the first few hours. And we never looked for him the entire time.
I mean, we'll get to that.
He's coming back.
He'll come back.
He'll come back.
He has to fight his own battles, man.
Why?
Well, I mean, if I knew how to fight the battle he was in, I would help. If there's someone around here who could help us find the owner of that hat. I look at Rowan.
She's not looking at you.
And then we just walk away. That
She
when
seems
it's
like
time to
there seems
find
to be like a whisper
Dancer,
argument between her and Will.
and we just kind of know that when it's time to find Dancer, we talk to Rowan about the witch.
No, we talked to Will.
Well, we talk to Will, but we
Just
just
talk to Will for anything you want real answers about.
that's true.
Okay. You want to forget? Let me know. I'll get rid of it.
We appreciate the offer.
Give it.
We will let you know if we decide
I
to.
don't want to forget anything.
Hey, guys.
Not yet.
As of right now, we're
You
good.
will
But we'll,
eventually.
I think I want to go
Why
for a
do you
stroll.
say that? What makes you say that?
Expertise.
You are the expert.
What have you seen that you wanted to forget so badly?
I don't know.
How do you know that you've forgotten things?
Because there'd be something there otherwise.
But you can feel that there's something not there?
Yes.
Interesting. Does it kind of haunt you, or are you at peace that you don't know it?
I trust myself enough that there's a reason for it.
Okay. That's really interesting.
You also have your mind tinkered with enough throughout your life, purposefully generally, that sometimes there are things you want to forget or you simply can't continue without forgetting.
Oh.
Or it'll destroy you.
I don't think that's happened to us yet.
I mean, by your age, well, I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I already had my at least first run in with it.
Interesting.
And you don't remember how that happened?
I'm assuming, per what others have said, that it must have been especially traumatic, given I don't know how my spark was ignited, but it was.
Oh.
So
that's what you don't remember, is what ignited your spark?
Oh, then also just huge swaths of time. I have a tendency to wake up places I don't know where they are.
Still?
It's been a few years.
You got it under control.
Well, it's generally less having to do with my own actions and more the actions of others.
Oh.
It's how I met Vess here in the first place.
Met who?
But and you'll point at Onyx.
Oh.
Mm.
So wait. Not in game. What's the word?
Out of game.
Out of game. Is he saying that he forgets things?
He wipes his own memory.
And then, so he wipes his own memory and then just like randomly wakes up somewhere?
Well,
or is he saying that he randomly wakes up places because of his spark and it's the planes walking that he's out of control?
Oh, no. He has wiped his own memory multiple times throughout his life for either traumatic reasons or to not let someone learn something from him. And he's also had his mind torn apart multiple times by other people looking for stuff.
Oh, and that's where he randomly wakes up places?
Mm-hmm.
And then...
He's had him 3 times in his life.
3 times in his life, okay. And he's saying he met Vess, cute nickname, Professor Onyx, randomly waking up somewhere, or...
Well, that's cool.
Wait, so y'all, like, something happened... Okay, we can go back in and say... So you first met her, like, waking up having no idea where you were?
Mm-hmm. So I was unaware where I was. I imagined zero use of my left leg and left arm. Pretty much every rib was broken.
My God.
I was told most of my face was gone. She nursed me back to health for a while until, I could begin moving on my own.
Wow.
So wait, did you wipe your own memory of what happened, or did she wipe your memory of what happened?
No, she doesn't have that capability. But given events after that, I imagine it wasn't me that wiped, but something else.
Does she know what happened?
Not that she's ever told me.
That's trippy, man. That is so trippy.
What an interesting way to start a friendship with someone.
It's happened more times than you would expect.
That is...
I feel like
rough.
there are a lot of you've lived a lot of really interesting life experiences.
They don't remember.
I imagine.
Are there any cool ones that you remember?
That you do remember? Yeah.
None to be told in this company.
I see.
That's fair.
Also, probably none I would tell you anyways.
Also fair. Maybe someday, but that's okay.
Probably not.
Also fair. Okay, cool. Is Jace back to talking to Professor Onyx, or are they kind of
No,
a part
he's
of
sort of
this?
like looking out from like under the hood of his robes. I guess his eyes glowing blue, and
Whoa.
yeah.
Jace, I'll show you what Jace looks like.
Okay. What's Professor Onyx doing?
She's drinking what looks like wine, eating some, sort of listening to the conversation amongst y'all, and also looking out about the crowd and stuff.
She didn't chime in at all when
She does seem
Johnny
to
was telling the story
linger
of them.
on Will and Rowan
Okay.
when she does look around though. But no, she was kind of fine with letting Jace speak about it, and also y'all are far enough away that it'd probably.
Oh wait, was that Jace?
That was Jace that was telling me.
Oh, I thought that was a Johnny. No, that was Jace.
Mhm.
Okay.
And she's also
Ooh,
like kind of
so
far
that's
enough away
how-
where it'd be like an effort. She'd have to raise her voice, and
Okay.
doesn't really want to.
Fair.
Cool. I'm just gonna chill and
Yeah.
keep hanging
Well,
out. Stop drinking.
Awesome. We're excited
switch
for
to water.
tomorrow.
Okay. Do you know what? Do you have a plan set out already, or?
Nope.
Johnny said we're just gonna go out and we're just gonna
Yeah,
go,
we
go
just kind
start
of look at because
the
the Johnny's in between us and
Mhm.
Jace, so we kind of look to a Johnny and.
She's just like, oh, joy.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
Bless you.
You say, all right, want to meet up at breakfast and then go from there? Or do we?
Sure.
Is that
Mm.
cool?
Do you guys eat breakfast around here?
I sometimes do.
What do you eat breakfast?
Are
at?
you sure you will be okay come morning time, or is
Yeah.
this going to be a repeat of, this morning?
Nope.
No.
I have not
We're going to
been
bed.
indulging.
We're going to
I will need a
bed.
constitution check from all of you, though.
Why me? I've not been drinking.
Okay, then.
Here's a big old 4.
4? Yeah, drunk.
11. 11's drunk?
But I do stop
Feeling
drinking.
if like you're drunk if you want
He
to.
did say he was done drinking and switching to water, so he won't be terrible in the morning.
I'm still drunk though.
I'm drunk. It's
Okay.
happened.
No, I have had the same drink in front of me, and I'm just nursing
Is this
it.
mead or what? What have I been? Who am I drinking? What's happening? This is
Some
good.
wine.
This wine?
Yeah, I've been
Ooh.
casually nursing a glass of wine.
Wine. Wine.
Not drunk.
Pretty good. Pretty good stuff, man.
Mean.
You say I'll be fine by morning.
No, I'll be good. I'm good. Switching to water. I'm done. Just one more sip. I'm just kidding.
And I just
You always just force it out of your system now.
You got a spell for that too?
Of sorts, yeah.
My
Well,
God, so
that's
you telling
not. Let's say we did.
And the old pirate trick.
me? Does it give me
The old
some-
pirate trick?
Hmm?
You
What
know
is
pirates?
that?
I was a pirate for a while, yes.
You were a pirate?
What's the pirate trick?
Okay, well that's cool.
You know, you have to agree to do it before I show you.
Well, I'm not drunk,
no, I'm
so.
not doing any of that. No way.
And I'm like, come on,
Does it make me
do
exhausted?
it.
Should I do it?
What's the pirate
Is
trick?
it gonna fuck me up? Is it gonna fuck me up?
It's supposed to unfuck you up.
Alright. I
I'll
agree.
do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, do it.
I'm doing it. Alright, Jace, show me the pirate trick.
I want to
Okay.
watch it.
Not here. Maybe we step away
Well, I mean, it's a feast.
to the bathroom.
People are standing up and talking to each other. Right?
Yeah. If the pirate trick involves vomiting, we need to not be in the middle of the feast.
Oh. Am I gonna vomit?
It's mostly up to you, to be honest.
Has people done that before? Have you seen that?
Some, yes.
Okay.
You want to go to the bathroom? the bathroom?
No, I don't want to be the guy who throws up in the middle of the feast.
Then hold it in.
Hold it in.
And
Oh, he
you're
does it?
gonna- Yeah, let me get a intelligence saving throw from Flambeau and
Oh, fuck!
and Aoing.
Oh, fuck. Oh, wow.
Intel save 17.
How smart are you?
12.
Are you smarter than a 12?
Yeah, you'll shrug it off, not letting it take hold, knowing that you don't want to partake in this at the moment. But for you, for what seems to you to be the next about half hour, you are in your mind in a small dinghy, going down a series of whitewater rapids by yourself,
bro!
in potentially the coldest water you've ever felt in your life.
Oh, dude.
That makes you not drunk real fast, huh?
What-
Dude, you are
Easy.
completely sobered up.
You are so sober.
There's just like
Am I
like
sweating?
a second or two, and you're just kind of like, ooh, and you all of a sudden like all of a sudden you were just far more awake than you were just like a second or two ago.
That is cool.
Am I like sweating it out really fast? Like, am I just sweaty?
Or does he seem exactly normal to the rest of us?
There's just like eyes get big for a moment. He's just like, oh, whew.
The pirate trick. That's brilliant.
Kind of like
Dinghy
like
on a
well,
white
like-
rapids.
And you,
Well, I mean,
and you
like,
lost a half hour of your life in your brain, but for us it was like 2
and you-
seconds.
It's however you feel after, like in your own mind, like you've been whitewater
You
rafting
did
by
DMT.
yourself for a half hour,
Oh,
like
dude.
trying not to capsize, or maybe you did getting back on the dinghy.
Am I like exhausted, like tired after that?
Probably mentally,
Mentally, it's just-
physically you don't really feel, or like mentally you might think you're physically tired, like you might feel it until you start moving around.
Your body's
but
awake.
It's an experience.
Dude, you just did DMT. Lived a half hour of your life in 2 seconds.
And it's been 2 seconds for us, so I look at him and I go, how do you feel?
I feel like it's been a long day.
Damn.
You seem more sober.
I do?
Yeah.
You tripping, bro?
Have you ever been in a dinghy doing whitewater rapids?
No, I don't even know what just happened.
Me,
I
I
didn't walk on a
kind
dinghy,
of
right?
don't.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so like nothing happened to me.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I guess I'm good. Am I good?
Like,
again?
I guess I feel okay on my head. I just feel like
You know what? I feel pretty
I
good.
feel a little.
I feel really good, actually. Like, so good. Thanks, Jace.
It wouldn't work for him, would it?
I'm just still drunk.
Yeah. I was like,
I just still feel
didn't,
great.
didn't take hold on the airy fellow over there, but
Airy guy.
do you feel like
Airy,
in the morning?
airy.
I imagine your
Adam.
tuxedoed friend is gonna be feeling better pretty quickly now.
Appreciate
Mine is
it.
an amazing thing.
Yeah.
What else can you do?
I start drinking water.
Hmm?
You got any other cool pirate tricks?
I'm gonna opt out on this next one.
Imagine nothing that would be proper for the company we're in.
How
Also
long were
lacking
you-
a few things.
How long were you a pirate for?
Oh my god.
What was it? At least half a year, I think.
Oh, that's a good time.
Oh yeah.
It's like a solid.
How did you
Solid
manage
venture into
to
piracy.
become a pirate, and then what made you not unbecome a pirate? Like, how did you
Woke,
learned
how
a
does
lot-
one get
woke
there?
up on a small
I
tropical
learned a lot of
island,
pirate things in
Wife's
6
memory?
months.
Believed myself alone. Eventually found by someone who seemed to know me. I had not seen her before. Vraska, as I learned to know who she is, I believe as it comes, we did have interactions prior to. Not sure why she was on that plane, though. But she was captain of the ship and looking for a golden city, and I joined with her for a while.
Did you find the Golden City?
Did you?
We did.
That's so cool.
Is that where the
Wasn't
dinghy was from?
what we expected, though.
Damn. Was it just like the sun was shining and it was shiny gold?
The city was, gold for the most part, but that was not a great achievement for that place. It was, it seemed to be an old, forgotten part of that world where all the ruins seemed to be gold or jewels or precious metals of sort. It was more an old artifact that they were all looking for that kept planeswalkers from leaving.
Oh,
Interesting.
sick.
Oh, dude.
We did find it, and
Magical.
then it resulted in one of the greatest catastrophes to ever happen.
Oh, not
Oh
so.
my gosh.
Well,
What was that?
that's different.
It was used in a trap. I was unaware I was helping somebody locate it. Vraska had ulterior motives for
It kept people
helping
from planeswalking there or leaving.
it blocks whatever plane it is activated on. It was taken from Ixalan
So whatever
to
plane.
another Ravnica, and that it was tumultuous there.
Sounds like
This
it.
was all set in place.
Holy crap.
So someone could
How
just
did
have
you get
this.
out?
I mean, after we found it, I could leave. It was.
They turned it off.
It was deactivated. It was taken from the plane.
Did the catastrophe happen? Wait, the catastrophe was after you found it or before?
Yeah, it's probably after
we
they
found.
people
we
started
found
planeswalking.
essentially,
So you found it and then
locked to
left
our own
and
prison.
oh, so you found it and then left and then the catastrophe happened.
Yes, found it. Learned I had been helping an especially dour fellow, the one who also put me on that plane and winded my mind. They used it to, like a moth to a fire, draw hundreds of planeswalkers to Ravnica and then lock us there as he proceeded to kill us off and consume our sparks.
Who was that?
Oh, I think that's something for another time.
The troll.
Mixed company and all.
The troll in the dungeon.
Okay. Well, glad you made it out. That sounds traumatic.
The troll in the dungeon.
Mm-hmm. Me and Johnny was great help there as well.
Oh, how long have you guys known each other? Is that where y'all met?
We met long before that. I found the Gatewatch. He's been a part of it for a while now, along with a number of the other subs.
Is that what you mean?
What is the Gatewatch?
We're a group of planeswalkers that
That just
sort of see people being dicks and try and stop it if it's proper.
that's cool.
Mhm.
How many people are in the Gatewatch? Is it like a big group or is it like
There's
a
like 9 of us.
nice?
Neither Vest nor Soren will join, but you know.
Why would they not?
And Onyx will chime in because I won't be beholden to anybody. I won't pledge allegiance to some cause I don't believe in.
What's the
And if I
cause?
understand anything about Soren, it's because he found it laughable that pups would try and control the wolf.
Who's the wolf?
Well, Soren,
Yeah.
Oh.
not only metaphorically as a
Actual vampire.
beast of prey, but also age-wise, he's one of
Fair.
a handful of the pre-mending walkers that still exist.
What? Pre-what?
Pre-mending.
I don't even know.
Can we pause for a second and decide what notes I need to take about everything that's just happened?
Troll.
It's all on video. You're fine.
Oh my god, that means you have to watch it later.
No, you don't.
I'm not gonna do that.
But
Another of the illustrious Gatewatch. They didn't understand what they were doing. At one point, caused a crisis when it comes to time.
Holy shit.
a time crisis, if you will.
Yes.
First or second?
I mean, spurned on by, the Brothers' War and the sort of destruction that caused on Dominaria.
Okay, so finally, somebody who fucking knows what the fuck is going on, what the fuck is being talked about.
She's from Dominaria.
Jason, can I tell you something, bro?
Professor Onyx is from Dominaria.
Who has even talked to us about the Brothers' War in a way that has made sense at all.
Yeah, it's ancient history.
Okay, but you know it, actually.
I don't.
You...
Jace doesn't.
No, this is Professor Onyx, who is from
I'm sorry.
Dominaria.
Professor Onyx, excuse me. Fuck. She's from Dominaria.
This is Lillian Vex.
From
They've been calling her
Dominaria.
Vex. She's from Dominaria.
Oh my fucking god.
Yes, this is our in. She brought it up. Now we can...
Thank God.
I'm taking
Okay.
notes.
Good.
I'm trying to recap. You keep going.
Okay.
Take a breath and...
I want to talk to Professor Onyx. I didn't know Professor Onyx.
Why don't you want to talk to Professor Onyx?
Don't you remember the whole confusion about me thinking Professor Onyx was trying to kill us?
But she's being super friendly right now, right?
About as friendly as she can be.
Yeah. What was the I started taking notes. What was the last thing she just said?
There was
The
mention
time
of something
crisis.
called pre-mending walkers, and you were confused about that, and she was talking about how time was upset on Dominaria, and another member of the Gatewatch now had taken matters into his own hands, not only in the initiation of the temporal issues, but also attempting to fix it.
Oh, so it was the Gatewatch.
A member of the Gatewatch, an individual named the Fairy.
We heard something about someone about ending the Brothers' War. The person that ended the Brothers' War?
No, that was.
It's so
Urza.
far back, isn't it? Urza. I'm thinking about Urza. Never mind.
Well, yeah, he was one of the reasons that the
Oh,
temporal issues began. You start building things, and
the Golgathian Silex.
so you start using weapons like that without thinking it through completely, and you not only upset time on Dominaria, but you crash it into an ice age,
Oh my gosh. Oh, and that person's in the
destroying most of the
Gatewatch.
civilizations because of that. And now most of the Brothers' War is oral history that was eventually written down, and there's some archaeology going and some magic that can somewhat look back into it, but it's also a lot of conjecture and tales from some people who were around then. But it's questionable what their motive would be for telling the tales. Things that lived through that and then continue to live on.
Question. Does this make me feel... Professor Onyx was not there for that. Professor Onyx is not like a super old, like...
Mm-hmm.
That's Soren.
Soren's a big
But
Well,
Onyx
she
is not.
mentioned that Soren was one of the few pre-mending planeswalkers still around.
Okay. Oh, so did Soren... Is that how you know about this? Was Soren...
No, I know I was there before the mending as well.
Oh.
But Soren, for the most part, I believe, is probably the oldest of us.
Mmm.
I mean, the mending
Why would
was
someone-
thousands of years after the Brothers' War anyways.
Oh. Okay. So what caused the mending?
Them attempting to ferry and others in the Solarian Academy that were stuck in time because of the Silex when it went off, attempting to break out of it, causing a number of rifts that were slowly tearing the plane apart once they finally got themselves out of it, and then working to fix it, and irrevocably changing planeswalkers and their nature of our spark.
So what they did change the nature of the spark for all planeswalkers?
Yes.
How was it different before?
Well, you spent time with Soren, right?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
He created an archangel at a whim prior to the mending.
Oh. So it like diminished y'all's power significantly.
We were more or less gods before.
Oh.
I wouldn't want to be around the person that took
Create
that from
planes
me
if we
either.
wanted to.
What?
Hmm?
And one of the Gatewatch is the reason that is no longer the case for you?
I wouldn't lay it completely on him, but he certainly had a part in it.
Wow. Yeah. Whoa. What are Johnny and Jace's
Holy
body
dog
language in this moment?
Yeah, he's just looking down, eating very much he understands that there is a seriousness but also a weight to this that is substantial, even though it's not coming off.
Yeah.
To you.
Yeah.
And Jace is pretty inscrutable. Just kind of looking back and forth as y'all talk.
Okay. Whoa.
Sick.
I imagine
So.
it would be unfair to lay the blame on the Gatewatch also for what happened in Ravnica, even though not only did dear Jace deliver the immortal sun, but Fairy created the power that drew our eventual captor in, looking for his old power.
Jace
Delivered the immortal sun, which
Remember? That's the thing he told us he just did, that he was working with someone
Oh.
with ulterior motives and...
Yeah. I didn't know that was the immortal sun.
Well, it's the first time that term was used.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's using the real words.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's telling you his
Jace will always be...
More vague.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he delivered the immortal sun. Okay.
It's like
And then
me,
what
he's got
happened?
a lot of
Sorry.
concussions.
Maybe.
Or he's deliberately.
Information is his thing.
so hairy.
Yeah. I mean, he wipes his own memory so people can't get information from him. I would assume he would live in the world of being vague. These mosquito hawks are outrageous. I don't know what's open. What's open? How are they getting in?
Don't look at me, I don't know.
There's a window somewhere, guys.
I think it's that one. Do you have it cracked from the lights? You sure?
Closed, yeah.
100% of the time when your wife asks you if you're sure, you need to check. Because I'm wrong 60, 40.
Yeah, it's closed.
Is this one?
That one's closed.
Because this is where they all are mostly is in here. I don't know. Okay, sorry.
I can't hear the highway either. So it's not like something's cracked open.
Maybe Bearbear's just letting him go.
Okay, what was the last thing that was said? Sorry. The mosquito kind of distracted me.
Talking about how Jace delivered up the
Oh,
immortal
yes.
sun, and then Teferi also earlier on had changed planeswalkers, and in Onyx's
Look at this.
particular opinion might share some of
Death
the
by
blame
sauce.
for many things that have happened since then because of fucking with the spark.
Are we openly talking about Phyrexians now? To someone who's from Dominaria, where they came from?
Professor Onyx, what do you know about Phyrexians?
They're disgusting. Imagine they're cult-like and fanatical from what I've read. It's unknown if they're a boogeyman or not.
They're not.
Because they seem to only be in the stories.
Okay, well, we've encountered 2 of them.
This year.
And that's not a story. One, we were in Soren's plane, and there was one basically in his house trying to kill us, and Jaya and Chandra saw it.
And then the other one was at Strixhaven.
In the fucking swamp.
And we told Professor Silverquill about it, and she's looking. Or no, who's in charge of Silverquill? What's her name?
Totsky.
We told Professor Totsky about it, and she's supposed to be looking into it this summer.
And we told Jaya.
And you survived both of these encounters, it seems.
The first one.
Hardly.
The first one was sheer luck in a collapsing building, right?
Yes.
Isn't that?
Sheer luck.
And then the second one,
it
seems to.
understand the fancy of youth and wanting to see things where they are.
Do you have any idea what this thing said to me? Do you know what the words that came out of its horrific mechanical mouth? The metallic, organic structure which uttered the craziest fucking things I've ever heard?
The only way the world works is if the strong consume the weak. Like literally eat them. And that is how they evolve. And it was trying to get him to like murder and consume
You
us.
understand that's how
But it,
most
like-
every prey animal in
Yes.
existence works, right?
But it like infiltrated his mind from a great distance and was getting us to attack each other. And
Trying to weaken us before it preyed on us.
we
will be
we
honest,
literally
I
ran to escape,
doubt
and
to
it
be a Phyrexian, especially on a plane that is neither Dominaria nor Phyrexia. Considering they cannot travel between planes.
Chandra and Jaya told us it was a Phyrexian. They saw the first one, and they said that it was a Phyrexian.
Yeah,
And then
Chandra's never seen one.
Jaya.
is from Dominaria, right?
Chandra sees shadows when it's light out.
But we saw this monster, and so did she. And she said exactly
And
what it
Jaya
was.
said,
And then I took to Jaya after this encounter all of the goop that I've collected from the monsters that we've been fighting on campus this year. And she said, this is the same crap that they use to make Phyrexians. And she said, bring anything else you find like this to me. And then we saw a same exact similar monster that we saw on Soren's plane in the swamp. And it tried to kill us again. We told Tati and Jaya about it, like she just said, and Jaya said she was going to burn down the whole swamp. So does that sound like a rational reaction to what a Phyrexian is capable of?
Burning down the swamp, yes, but not touching the ichor.
Well, she didn't touch it. We collected it I collected it into vials because I didn't know what it was.
Did you touch it?
No.
Ever?
No.
Did anybody in your group come into contact with it?
No. Collected it into the vials, didn't touch it with my alchemy kit. Bless you.
thank you.
And then
Why?
It's an all-corrupting substance.
what does it do if we get into contact with it?
I mean, we didn't, but everyone seems very concerned.
It begins the act of completion.
What is that?
It's the term that Phyrexians use for becoming perfect.
Okay. Let's talk about that.
Is that how things turn into Phyrexians, or is that what
It
kills
can be.
things?
There are a number of ways from what the stories say of how one becomes Phyrexian. It's less of a race, I guess one would say, and more of an identity.
But what would happen if someone accidentally came into contact with it? Is there a way to stop the completion? Like, we found these things like around
kill them.
campus.
You would kill them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way.
Yes.
If it came into contact with a student, because we've been fighting these things on campus, you would kill them.
And that's how you would stop it. But I, again, would really doubt those were Phyrexians that you were encountering.
Okay, but is it a disease that you could cure? Is it Is it like a spell, like a polymorph type spell where you change something? What is it?
It begins to physically change organic into inorganic matter, or vice versa, depending upon the form.
But is there a way to remove the inorganic matter as a way of
You
removing?
could cut it away, but corruption runs deep and it's not always apparent.
Cut it away?
Yes.
But how would you do that out of people?
Painfully.
Oh. Let's hope none of our classmates got into contact with it. Oh. So, like, it would be really concerning if what we saw on campus was actual Phyrexian goop, whatever.
It would be more horrible than anything you've ever imagined in your life.
Yeah, so that's kind of why
So we're
I'm
like
talking to you about it.
concerned.
I will put this bluntly, I don't take you seriously at all, and I don't believe you understand the weight that the words you are speaking carry.
I don't. That's what I'm trying to get at. I haven't been able to learn anything about this shit. There's no books that say anything about it. I can't find anything about...
Because there's almost nothing left.
But
Okay,
Jaya
tell me
saw it.
why. I don't even understand that.
In the first 2 hours of the Phyrexian invasion of Dominaria, reportedly 12 billion people died. And it continued on for 150 years with what was left of the population. And this was back when we were gods. Phyrexians don't have planeswalkers either.
Thank you. This is the most I've been able to learn in 30 seconds. This is why I'm
And
terrified.
so you should understand why I don't take what you say seriously.
That's fine. I'm not asking you to.
Because we're all honestly children playing at being heroes with wooden swords and pots on your heads for helmets. Thinking you were slaying the dragon.
That's cute.
It very
but,
much, it could very much appear that way. Very much. But these are not things that
we are
are
children.
seeking.
We're literally students. So
We have-
be cool, professor.
It's been we've been in school for 1 year. I didn't even know other planes existed before I ended up at Strixhaven. I know literally nothing. But I know that we almost died and there was this giant metal, insane looking monster thing. And Jaya said it was a Phyrexian and that's what she's been
Come on,
telling
isn't
us all
she,
year.
Isn't she kind of some big shit? Mother Ludi? What's her name?
What?
Mother Ludi? Jaya? Isn't that her nickname?
What is the Mother Ludi?
Isn't that her nickname?
I don't think
Is
with
it?
them.
I'm sorry, that's just something I heard about her as like her nickname in her fighting against, I don't know, Phyrexians?
No.
Or
She was born long after the invasion.
or whatever war she fought in. And wouldn't someone from Dominaria know what they were talking about? Right?
I don't know her life.
Listen, I was just taking the word of a substitute teacher here at the school that I attend. I don't know this. You don't have to
We've
take
never
this
heard
seriously.
the word Phyrexian before Jaya
Someone
said
told
it to us. And then when we tried to find more information, we couldn't find anything.
Because as I said,
Yeah, no, you're right.
there
Like,
was almost nothing left after them.
so you also could understand how we couldn't make up the word Phyrexian because we've never heard of it before and literally knew nothing about it. Like, Jaya told us that's what it was.
Bless you.
So if that's not what it is, cool. That's just what she told us.
Yeah.
And it sounds like y'all were talking about the same thing from what you told us about them. So
About them?
About the Phyrexians, about
How they're fanatic, cultish, they're monsters, they're horrific, terrifying, all-corrupting substance.
And that's exactly what
Bless
we...
you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And that's exactly what we saw twice. And one of which that we saw was with Jaya when she said it was a Phyrexian, and that was the first time we had ever heard that word before. So I hope it's not them, because if that's what it is, that really sucks for us, because I like Strixhaven and I want to go back to school. But knowing you're from Dominaria and that being one of the few things that we know about Phyrexians, we thought maybe we would talk to you about it, because it's concerning.
They were the tail of the boogeyman when I was born.
Mm. So you've never seen one?
No.
Mm.
I mean, but
I see how that makes us very challenging to believe.
what was the first words you said to me when I asked you about them? You said they were disgusting, didn't you?
Yes.
We saw this thing separately, twice. It was fucking disgusting. It was horrifying. It was a amalgam of metal and horrific exposed flesh in a...
And yet it did nothing to you?
It tried to
tried
kill
to.
us. We escaped barely, both times.
You're informing me that there's some Phyrexian that can travel between the planes in some way. A higher level of competence than has ever been seen from them, and all of you got away multiple times from it.
So
I
we don't
think-
know that it traveled planes.
I think
or
it's
how,
trying to...
or what? Because
You
I
said you
can't.
saw them
But
both,
like
and
I
you
can't
saw-
planeswalk. But
and
Yeah.
with people, I travel.
We didn't
planes.
say we saw the same one. We said we saw...
you said it was the same one.
No, I said I saw
don't think
two
it was the same
Phyrexians.
one. Did
You
you
said
say
it was the same one.
It
You
was
said
the
you
s-
saw it on your strategy and you saw it again.
I saw a Phyrexian on it. I
You
saw...
said you said it was the same one. While
Okay.
you were going.
Oh.
I'm not meaning to say it was the same one then, Professor. Excuse me. I'm not suggesting that it's the same one.
They looked different, didn't they?
They looked slightly different, didn't they? Or they looked exactly the same?
Mhm.
Okay, well, they looked exactly the same. I'm not saying it had to be the same one, but they looked exactly the same. And
The first one, we were escaping from it, and it was catching us, and then a building collapsed, and I can fly, so I caught him, and right before it almost got him. And then the second time, we were running through the marsh, and we saw someone, and as soon as another person was there, it disappeared.
No one else saw it.
all four of us did.
And Jaya and Chandra did, and did Soren?
Dancer saw it.
Did Soren see it? And
Mhm.
Soren
No,
did
he
see it,
didn't.
but Jaya and Chandra and
Jaya
other
and
people-
Chandra saw it with us the first time. The second time, it was just Dancer, who is on his own adventure now. The second time, no. The first time, Jaya and Chandra saw it, and that's again when we found out for the first time ever what a Phyrexian was.
But what if it's? I'm afraid of something worse than it's figured out. Well, maybe not worse that it's figured out how to planeswalk, but
if someone figured out
something's
how to
helping it.
send it.
Because these little monsters keep cropping up all over campus. I don't remember if you remember the festival where we were attacked there again.
Mhm.
And
It's
then
the
we were
same
attacked
creatures.
by a
It's the same type of
steam
creatures.
pot.
These are not Phyrexians.
No.
No, we're not saying they're Phyrexians. We're saying that they are objects and items infected with that all-corrupting substance.
No, it was ether that dark magic had been put into. Neither the
That was
first time nor
different.
I imagine the last time that will happen.
I think that was different.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, maybe we're crazy.
Whatever, man.
We just, you already told us more about Phyrexians than we've ever known before, so we appreciate
Thanks.
that.
Do understand that every generation feels its need to have its great fight.
I
do
would prefer
understand
to
that.
not have a great fight.
Yeah.
I would pick something.
I would love for it to be with something else.
less drastic to go around proclaiming is back.
I'm not trying to tell you that
Nope.
they're back. I'm trying to get some more information so that I can prove that it's not that. Well, how about that?
Well, then go find this thing.
If it is what I hope it's not, if I find it, I'm already dead.
Apparently not.
Well, I think that was luck. And as you don't take me seriously, I'm sure you would think it was luck if you believed me.
Imagine I would take you seriously if I believed you.
Well, that's a catch-22, isn't it?
How long's it been? Is it getting time to go to bed?
We could be getting there.
I'm retiring.
Yeah. We're going in
Onyx
circles
is
now.
going to retire now too. Though she will say to Jace before she leaves that it seems this new crop would be just perfect for the Gatewatch if only they could. And it's very sarcastic.
Dick.
Yep.
Yeah, and you realize, as she leaves, as this goes, being closest to him, you realize Johnny finally breathes.
Ah.
It was just kind of like, oh.
That was tense.
Very.
Well, I don't think Onyx is ever gonna like us after that.
She already didn't. She already tried to get us to kill Jaya, I suspected.
Mm-hmm.
She what?
Nope.
I didn't say that out loud.
Okay.
Nope.
Lord.
Well, I am gonna get a good night's rest before we go out in the morning.
Yeah, there's a troll to be killed.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Look, all we have to
Meet
do is
y'all at
find some bridges and
breakfast.
we'll find a troll.
And we'll find a troll, right?
Find a bridge, find a troll.
Let's take a stroll
But
and
we're not
find that
searching.
troll.
troll.
I hate-
Take a stroll
I hate them. Good
and
night.
find the
And
troll.
Before y'all do leave, Ajani will kind of, after Onyx had departed, kind of like after she's gone, will kind of like looking at y'all. It's sort of been in the follow, or in the sort of in between y'all leaving and her having left. She'll look towards all you. He'll look towards all you. I wouldn't take it too personally with her. As long as I've known her, she's been very standoffish in this way. And recent events also, I imagine, don't help.
What recent events?
Oh, she was beginning to get into the last time prior to seeing each other at Strixhaven, that a number of the Gatewatch had been together during that war, where a number of close friends were lost, and she was forced to do things that her youth sort of damned her to do.
That's unfortunate.
Tough life.
There's a lot of tension left from that is still not addressed, and I imagine never honestly will be.
Between whom?
A number of the planeswalkers, even amongst the Gatewatch, the absence of Gideon is heavy. I imagine it's the only reason I'm here rather than him. The chasm between Chandra and Vess, as you now have learned. Vess and pretty much everybody else, the fallout from Bolus and everything he had done. just the general loss of life. It was a heavy thing. It's not something that heals quickly or cleanly. That seen ball has destroyed one home before, and thankfully we stopped it for the most part in Ravnica, but it came close.
Ooh, thank you.
Awesome.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Where are our quarters? I am retiring with Flambeau, as we say. Take a stroll and find the troll.
Take a stroll.
Find the troll. Take a stroll. Find the troll.
So was Onyx on the opposite side of the War of the Gatewatch?
No. It hasn't been stated.
Can I ask Ajani that? Or did we already get up and leave?
No, you can ask him if you want.
I want to ask him that. So if the war caused Onyx to do things youthfully that, you know, however he phrased it, I don't remember the exact words he said.
Ooh, I'm going to go to bed now. Jace can answer this though. And he's going to, with a feline alacrity, like, get out of this conversation.
Oh. And then I look at Jace.
I'm just gonna blankly stare back at you.
Was Onyx with the Gatewatch during the war, or was she
No
opposing?
point.
The whole time.
Throughout.
She came and went.
Cool.
Was that when you met her? Was your memory? Was that after that?
No.
That was before that.
That was about a year ago that conflict happened, or came to at least a culmination.
And when did you meet Professor Onyx?
A long time ago.
So were y'all opposing each other during the war?
At times yes, at other times no.
What?
How did it end?
Eventually, Bolus was killed. That disrupted all of his plans.
Death will
Also
do that.
disrupted the Immortal Sun, allowing those of us that wanted to leave or whatnot. He lost his army in the same fell swoop. And sort of everything he had planned came crashing down around him.
So is that when you left? Did everyone pretty much leave then, or did y'all continue fighting?
The conflict itself came to an end at that point, but we stayed for a number of months to help repair.
Was Professor Onyx with those that stayed to help repair?
No. I imagine she wouldn't be around today if she stayed afterwards.
So when the war ended, she was not on the side of the gate. She was with. What's
She
his name?
was on her own side throughout it, though youthful choices and poor decisions have tied her to the will of others throughout her entire life. And she has a special talent that's been exploited because of that.
What kind?
Is that why? Yeah. What?
She, being one of the few pre-mending walkers, and being a specialty in necromancy and general manipulation of life, she came in handy, particularly in that plan. And when she was young, she had a poor characteristic of signing deals with devils for power and youth. And then being woefully ignorant of who wrote the contract for the devils in the first place.
Who did that?
Who wrote the Devils didn't write the contract?
No.
The devils have a lawyer?
In between was Bolus. Nicol Bolus.
So she was tied to
when she, after a long time and on a couple occasions the help of the Gatewatch unknowingly, killed off the devils across the plains she had signed deals with, the contract defaulted to the writer.
Such a cool.
So she wanted
thing.
to kill Bolus to release herself, but also.
There was honestly no hope of that until the very end. It was a momentary decision that she made to go against the contract, which is why Gideon died. Rather her.
Why would Gideon die rather her?
You always saw the best in people, and you saw an opening, and went to take it.
Yeah.
Wait, who did? Gideon did?
Mm-hmm. He had an ability to make himself utterly immutable to anything for spans of time, giving that power to Vest when the contract defaulted.
Oh.
So rather than her be torn apart fiber by fiber of her being, she was able to turn the army in the midst of its massacre.
Wow.
So Gideon sacrificed himself for her to be able to turn the army?
Wow.
Oh my gosh. So she's essentially what ended the war.
And started it to a degree.
Well, you gotta finish
Yeah.
what you started.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot for her to carry.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Well, on that heavy note, we'll see
Good
you in the
night.
morning.
Okay.
Have a nice evening. I don't even know where to go from there.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
If only she
Yeah.
knew.
Y'all wanting to head to your guest rooms?
Yes.
Your bags having been taken there for you.
Cool.
Yeah. Do y'all want separate rooms or like almost like a barracks or like a common like suite style?
Sweet style.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang out, homies.
I get my own space though.
Okay.
They can bunk bed in the corner. I
Gotta
got space.
pay the troll toll to go on that stroll toll.
Oh wow, yeah. Gotta pay the toll.
Go on that stroll.
It's a stroll.
Find a troll.
But then there's a
Steal the soul. Get the gold.
That's what I'm talking about.
But we're gonna get rolled.
Yeah, we are. And get told.
Yeah.
What was the name of the person that was the bad guy in the war?
Oh, Nicol.
Nicol.
Nichol.
Back?
Bolus. Bolas.
Nicole back?
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's so much information. I'm trying to
The
just
lawyer
pick out
of
what
the
was
devil.
important, and there was so much information.
The devil.
Yeah, that's about the history. They all have history.
There's so much.
Some of it's relevant, a lot of it's not. Unless you're interested in it. But it's there. Things happen around y'all.
Well, always. Things happen in the world around us all the time.
Things have happened and now things are happening.
You got the fire.
Done this?
Don't wait on me.
Well, we're waiting on you.
I'm gonna say this is basically like, you know, if y'all want to do anything before you go to sleep, talk
sleeping.
amongst each other.
No, I'm sleeping.
Okay.
Is Will still there?
Not in y'all's room.
Oh, we went to our room. Never mind.
Well, I mean, you can stop and speak with them before y'all leave.
Oh, I was just gonna say, see you later, night, on our way out. See, I don't know
See you
if he was
later,
still at the table.
alligator.
I try to be polite.
He was.
Rowan's a bitch to us, but Will's always nice.
He was staying. Yeah, most of the others had kind of retired as well. Lyndon is still up.
I would invite Will on the
her
hunting.
her and Will have been talking a little more. He seems, kind of happy, kind of whatever.
Yeah. Say, do you have anything planned for tomorrow?
Quest.
You're not. You're drunk. Oh, you're not drunk anymore. You're
Not,
drunk.
I'm asleep.
Yeah,
Not-
I'm asleep.
anything concrete. I was thinking potentially traveling to go consult the magic mirror. See if can attempt to wrestle something from it this time. Other than, I mean, that is sort of, like a trip in the process, though. What do you wrestle from the magic mirror?
What is the magic mirror?
Oh, it's the artifact of one of the other courts. It's the actual name of it is
The all-seeing.
the mirror itself has a name, which is funny. Yeah, it's Indorelian. It's an artifact of Vantris, the one of the other courts.
What's on that?
We go for that one.
Do you just go to that kind of whenever?
You can. I mean, you have to. I mean, essentially be proven worthy, but it's generally a political thing. Just once you get to it, though, if you can tell it a secret that it
That's
doesn't
enough.
already know, you can have a single question answered.
Lick each other's faces later.
Oh.
How does it already know things?
What's a magic mirror? It knows
So-
things.
Could I tell it a secret about myself and it just wouldn't already know that?
I don't know.
So how do you wrestle things out of it? Do you just
Speak it
start
into
trying to tell
existence.
secrets?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's magic.
Interesting.
Usually a lot of time, and also, it's one of it's a way a lot of people find themselves on quests as well. It reveals something to them that.
Well, we were gonna go with Johnny and Jason in the morning to, I don't know,
Hunt,
hunt,
or quest or something.
learn some skills,
Find a
be
bridge.
mentored kind of thing. Not
Going-
exactly sure what it's gonna be, but
We
we're gonna
could
head
do
out in the morning. We were
Dragonborn.
gonna see if you wanted to join, but if
Going out with falcons or dogs or what are you on?
We don't even know.
we're not actually sure.
I'm not there.
No, I'm
If you could
asleep.
recommend, or if you want to come with us, we don't have a lot of experience hunting and questing.
No,
Pretty new to
absolutely
this,
not.
so we were trying to just learn some of the basics.
Honestly, not much of a hunter myself, though I know many people enjoy hunting deer and various boar.
Okay.
Some hares can be exciting.
I mean, have you ever been? Would you come with us this first time? Would you care to join?
It'd be rude not to, I guess.
We can go with you to the magic mirror sometime if you want. Like, if you want to go
That sounds-
another
I don't
time,
wanna
we would love
force-
to.
Ask him if you have to say
No.
mirror, mirror on the wall.
We would
You
love.
seem set on hunting, and
Well, we definitely
we can
want to go
provide-
hunting
we can provide
tomorrow,
and-
but
and-
we have all
and set that
summer.
up for you.
Oh, that would be nice. I mean, we have all summer. I would love to see this magic mirror at some point this summer.
Who's the
But-
fairest of them all?
Johnny and Jace already left, and we're meeting them in the morning to hunt. But if you want to come join us, we'd love for you to set us up and help out, or show us how. We're new to this plane, so we don't really know.
Something strikes me that Johnny would be much better hunting instructor than I ever would. I'm
That's true. Don't feel
not much of a bowman.
That's fair. Don't feel obligated to join. We just wanted to be polite and extend the offer since you invited us here.
I
So-
was honestly, I'm surprised you all so quickly came up with something on your own to do. I
Well-
figured we'd start showing you around tomorrow and see what piqued your interest.
That would have been the smart way to go about it. Jeez. We're so impulsive.
I'm asleep.
Well, I'm just sitting here realizing how insane we are. This is our first day in this place and we're already stirring shit. We kind of tried to talk to Rowan about finding things to do, and she made it sound like we were very much on our own and y'all had y'all's own thing, so we were trying to figure something out. But I would love for you to show me around maybe tomorrow afternoon or whenever we get back. because
I was unaware we had anything set already, though. I should expect she'd probably drag me to something, or
that's just how she made it sound when we were trying to see what was going on this summer. So we didn't want to impose on you guys. So we were trying to set
there
up
could
everything.
potentially be things already in the workings. Honestly, you probably know come breakfast.
All right. You keep us in the loop. We'll keep you in the loop and see you at breakfast. Bedtime.
We already sleep.
Okay, well, I'm trying to be nice to the only host that seems to like us,
It's true.
who clearly already said that he was going to plan on helping us out and showing us around tomorrow if we hadn't already made plans. So, Rowan's just we should know better.
Right. Yeah, she's rude.
She's just rude. Don't know why we keep trying.
Well,
She's just rude.
don't fault me for trying.
No, right?
She's the princess around here. I mean, make friends.
Fair. Okay.
That
Night night.
you mean?
Awen hates when people hate him.
Reverence could care less. Reverence is just trying to keep everyone chilled. I just came out of a real tense conversation
Trying to keep us chilled.
with.
You keep us.
Do we
Oh,
sleep
nice.
peacefully?
I
Or
would
do
hope
we
so.
wake
We're
up and
in a
die?
castle.
Well, you wouldn't wake up if you died.
Wake up and then die.
Oh, that just seems just like extra steps.
Ah!
2 extra steps.
Yeah, you just wouldn't wake up. Let me
No.
Roll it.
let me get perception from everybody with disadvantage since you're sleeping.
Ugh. Fucking Rowan. With
10.
disadvantage.
Oh no.
10. It was gonna be a dirty 20, but now it's just a 10.
Well, yeah, you're sleeping.
4.
Ah,
7.
yeah, you'll sleep great.
Hell yeah.
God.
I slept fully clothed. I was drunk. Everything on me.
Mm-hmm.
Everything important. Didn't even unpack my bags. Face first.
I got my pants on, but everything else,
I wake up. I'm good. Flambo.
Huh?
Flambo.
Yes. I'm over here.
What do I do?
You're okay.
I'm fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Nothing.
Oh. Must have been the wind. Let's find Reverence and let's eat.
Reverence is right here.
Reverence.
Reverence just has her little privacy curtain up. She can hear you. She
Oh
just
my
doesn't
God.
want to see you.
Oh my
first
God,
thing
we had a
in the
Oh
morning.
my god, you were here this whole time?
Wait, you're telling me I could have pulled a curtain around my bed? Like I'm in a.
No, I
Like a-
can pull
like
a
a
curtain around my bed to
1990s.
hide
You
myself
just pull a curtain
from
around
you
yourself,
fools.
curtain wings.
Yeah. Birdman.
You've got your own blanket. This is bullshit.
Never cold.
Never cold.
Internal heater.
Are you resistant to fire?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yes, I am.
You are. I'm
Internal
just-
heat.
Yeah, when you all wake up, yeah, you'll realize,
Full health.
in the little,
Yeah, baby.
in the little, suite, little common area, for y'all, it seems someone had basically already, set out, what looks like a tea or like an old coffee set. Essentially someone had already,
Dude, it's already there, bro.
made stuff.
Hell yes.
Alright, I drank it all.
It is cold.
Fuck. It was there a long time ago.
That's how it seems.
How late is it?
Oh, it's early morning.
I'm gonna.
Like birds still chirping out.
Nice.
Yeah, you look back. Yeah, it looks like someone made something, then drank and ate at some point.
We had no perception.
In our room?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking weird.
We're in like a suite, like with everyone.
No, Just us.
Well, let's go find people.
Well, I feel safe because I was around my curtain was around me so they couldn't see me.
I don't know. I got full health in my slot back.
What slots did you use?
Sleep.
You did?
That was a long rest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sleep? Yes. Alright.
I got my 1 HP back.
Nice dog.
Now I'm fully ready to go in that.
When did you lose one?
roll? I think I did
Who
something.
knows?
Let's go find somebody. Let's get some shit popping. I got a headache. Let's get moving.
All right. And yeah, as y'all head out from your place, going in the search of food, like a real breakfast, getting down to the ground floor, kind of following servants, essentially, or asking your way from guards or knights as well as servants. Finding your way to a place where the twins, Jace, Onyx, and well, someone drinking from a cup that matches the set in your room.
Rowan.
No, it's a taller, paler fellow.
Sorry.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh, Thorn.
Hell yeah. What's up?
What are you doing here? Hey.
Hey, buddy.
You should lock your door at least.
Hey, you know what rhymes with Soren?
Broke in.
Troll.
No, I just opened it.
Why?
We should have put something on it, like a
I was
bell.
curious.
You like watching us sleep?
Okay. That's a little odd, but
You haven't seen Nahiri, have you? She's not here, right?
no. Not that we're aware of, but we weren't aware you were here until just now.
Various subs have been assigned different students to mentor, and I'm trying to figure out which one she's with so I can do my best to avoid them. But it seems she's not with you.
Who are you with?
I don't even know their names, to be honest. They're
Aw.
very boring. They keep
Well,
talking about wanting to exercise and pump iron, and the other keeps trying to get me to LARP.
oh my god, who is that?
I don't
LARP.
Who are
know
they?
what that term is, though.
Mm.
Live
the guy.
action role play.
Melithorn and Rubina Larkindale?
No, Rubina Larkindale is the one of the two musicians that y'all know.
Mavinda? Sharkbeak?
No,
That's the LARPing professor.
no, it's 1 second.
I remember this guy.
So it's the one that Cadaris. Cadaris de Millawar.
I don't have that name written down.
He was the one that the silver quill person on the bridge thought that y'all were like
Trying to
tasked with the quest from him for the LARPing group.
Oh.
And then the other probably rings a bell as Greta Gorun. It was a dwarf that y'all had met early on that was trying to get y'all to join the Strixhaven Iron Lifters Society.
Oh yeah.
I have notes on the
It was
Iron
her-
Lifters Society, but
her
no
and her
name.
older brother.
I remember them.
Yeah.
Well, sorry you didn't get better mentees. It's a bummer. So if you're seeking out the students that Nahiri's with, aren't you gonna find Nahiri?
I would rather know where she is at least than unexpectedly have her appear.
I get that. I'm an information seeker as well.
But it seems I'm safe here for now, though I imagine I will have to get back to them at some point.
But you're gonna hang out for a little bit? I mean, not necessarily in our room again. I'm sure they have rooms.
Yeah.
I am still astounded that y'all did not wake up. I knocked on the door and I called out to all of you. Not to mention the kerfuffle when I, planes walked on here.
I am a deep sleeper.
Actually, purely out of politeness and decorum, I left the room first and then went out to knock on the door.
That's fun. Good for you.
Oh.
Hey, buddy.
Honestly, last night was a lot.
Yeah,
I was so
weird.
tired. And I ate so much food at the feast. Food coma. I was just out.
You're so hairy.
And I have my little shade, so I didn't notice.
I cannot relate to that at all.
That makes me sad for you. Sleeping's great. You just get to
Seems
rest.
like a waste of time.
Honestly, yeah. If I didn't need to sleep, why would I? If I could be up all the time, man, I'd get so much shit done.
No, I feel like I would always be thinking, and it's nice to have like a separation sometimes. You're stressed about things, you know?
I have the ability to not think. It's very fun.
I don't. I enjoy resting. Anyways, you want to hang out?
What?
We're gonna go.
We're gonna hunt
We're gonna go hunt
or something.
something.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was some sort of joke.
Oh
Not
no.
what I am.
Nope.
Oh, God.
Not at all.
Oh, that's
Absolutely
in poor
not.
taste, Reverence.
No, I would say it was actually rather clever.
Poor taste.
Much more blunt jokes I've heard, much more distasteful ones that seemed almost innocuous, but
Well, unintended,
I
but
am not a bat, just so you know and so everybody in this room knows.
I never thought you were.
I never thought you were. But I,
Everyone seems to think I am at some point or another.
as someone who also has wings, or who has wings and you
I'm
don't, as someone who
unfamiliar
has
with the
wings,
connection.
some people think, I don't know, bats have wings.
Well, yeah, bats have wings, but I'm unfamiliar with the connection between you and a bat.
Vampires, bats.
I don't know. I don't know much about vampires.
Oh, he doesn't know much about much.
You want to die today? A-Wing's feeling a little froggy. He is ready to go. Let's fucking. I will kick some ass, Reverence. I've had it up to here with your shit. I'm just hungover, okay?
Sorry, my jokes aren't landing, and the ones I don't even mean to are.
Classic.
Welcome to the world of reverence.
Right.
Misunderstood by all.
But not in like a cool way.
No.
Just in
Come
like
on.
the literally misunderstood.
Literally, when I try to be mean, it's funny. When I try to be funny, it's mean, and I don't know what's happening. That's Reverence's world right now.
That's
Cut her
actually
some
really,
slack.
that's actually really great.
She's uncomfortable.
That's great.
Uh,
Anyway, let's find a Johnny.
do we see Johnny and Jace?
Mm-hmm.
Do we see Will as well with them, or is Will there?
Will is not there at the moment. Or no, yeah. Both the twins are there. They're off eating, kind of to themselves. Jace looks like he's kind of napping already, like leaned up against the column.
Is Soren near them?
He was probably just like standing, like. I imagine him and Jace interacting. They could utterly be content till the end of time to just stand there in silence, both of them, and not be bothered one bit by it. I imagine
Two
what's
best
going
friends.
on. No,
Don't have
it's
to
two
take it
people
one.
who are just like, I'm not afraid of silence. It doesn't bother me at all.
No.
Nice.
But they were probably doing that, and Ajani was probably, imagine eating and then probably preparing to hunt.
Okay.
If that seemed to be the idea.
Yeah.
The night prior, at least that was relayed to him. Probably speaking with some of the servants, some of the knights and guards about the local local lands.
Cool.
Well, dope. Let's.
So we're gonna go over towards them.
Okay, see you later, Soren. If you want to come with us, maybe. No. Yeah.
Honestly, hunting was not. This isn't my kind of hunting. It's mostly
Respect.
I imagine being here. It's an interesting place. It's like a bright version of Innistrad sometimes. See if there are any heirlooms people might be willing to part with for a reasonable cost at least. Art collection I need to rebuild at some point in my existence.
You have an art collection?
I had one.
Oh, well, what happened to it?
Saw my home.
Oh, right.
Sore spot.
Forgot that was his home.
And pretty much all of my family. But
Was anything?
I did that as well, so.
Did you ever find anything of the monster that chased us out of there?
The what? With the talking head? No, and she's harmless at this point. Or I imagine one of her cronies have probably dug her up at some point.
No.
Talking head.
We're talking about the gigantic monster that was inside the crypt.
You're gonna have to be more specific on that. There were a number of things down there.
Well,
If you don't know what I'm talking about, well then you probably don't. You didn't find anything.
Well, Soren was around. He was a pre-mending.
But still, that's not.
Yeah. That's not the same.
We don't have a good concept of time.
I agree. Alright, well,
See you later.
good
man.
luck.
You didn't find that head, did you?
I don't think so.
No.
I think we were talking about a very different thing.
Yeah.
We went down into the crypt to save the. I feel cat is derogatory in some way. But I can't explain why.
You know,
After you'd gotten into one of the tombs of my ancestors, or well,
He did.
not our ancestor, I believe most of them are younger than I am. They are actually. Yeah.
He did get locked into one, but he got out and we made it out of there, but on our way out we saw a big giant scary monster. So
and it was like not one of your family.
Are you sure? I mean, they're all pretty monstrous in multiple aspects of the term.
Were any of them, I don't know, like 15 feet tall or wide?
I had one aunt who slowly, began to become more and more feral in her years and began preying upon beasts of the mountain and grew to an unnatural, sizing and was generally more beast than conscious.
Was she metal?
But like hard or awesome
Like-
or like what do you mean?
I mean, like,
physically
Did she-
made of metal.
She
Was
had
she-
armor
was she comprised?
crafted in her time.
No. Was she comprised of inorganic metal material and organic
Flesh.
flesh?
Not that I saw last, though. It's been a while since I've seen, the Stitchers might have gotten a hold of her corpse and made something out of her. It sounds like that's what you're talking about. Though they generally don't come near the manor. Though I imagine my withdrawal from the world made most people believe it was empty.
Do you remember Jaya destroying something with fire after what happened?
I remember going and creating a distraction for you to get your friends, and then everything started coming down for some reason. I'm not entirely sure what all of you did.
Well, that's when we were.
And then you were all gone, and I looked for y'all for a fair bit.
Thank you for doing that.
Before chalking it up to, well, you being dead and returning to Strixhaven a few days later.
Jaya actually got us out.
Well,
She?
you got me out, but yeah.
Yeah. When we escaped, Jaya was there, and she took us back to
Is she the one
Strixhaven.
that brought everything down? Because I'm going to have to speak with her about that. It's going to be a lengthy process to restore the foundations of the manor, much less I was planning on starting the grounds at some point in the next few, centuries.
We're
But
not-
after we build the foundations, that's going to be a whole new project.
We're not exactly sure how everything came down. We were like in it when everything started coming down. I had to like catch him and fly out of it. So we're not exactly sure how all the things started coming down. We were running from the monster. But when we got out, we saw Jaya and Chandra there, and they took us back to Strixhaven.
Was it naturally occurring? Was it sort of
I don't know.
geological issue, or was it done by force? Because that will actually affect what kind of craftsmen and specialists I have to track down to begin.
I don't
We'll
think
work
it
on
was
that.
geological. I think it was the monster breaking shit up. Am I remembering that incorrectly?
I think that was probably it.
Because this thing was big, like way too big to be in this small space.
Are you sure it wasn't one of the packs?
What is that?
One of the various lycanthrope of Innistrad. They can grow to rather, prodigious size and have a savage nature to them.
What do they look like?
Do they look like wolves? Like werewolves?
They can look like anything from wolves to large, grotesquely muscled bipedal humanoids.
This was not a bipedal humanoid.
Nope.
Nothing about this was humanoid.
Well, at least in the sense of a general silhouette, changing, adjusting for scale.
I'm talking about an almost geometric in its angles shaped creature. It
Looked like it was like part robot, part beast.
Well,
it was part
construct of
it was
some
part
sort.
Yeah.
construct, part
Some sort of construct.
it was construct and flesh together.
Well, that sounds like a stitcher's work. They have a tendency, they enjoy stitching together the dead and making ever more grotesque monsters and haunting the villages, and with them, they thrive in the despair.
Do any of these monsters, can they talk?
Some have been known to. There's one supposedly that, gained complete sentience after being struck by lightning.
Go on.
Oh no, that's pretty much it. It was hunted down later.
Interesting.
So it's dead.
Killed its creator first, and
Well,
Frankenstein's monster.
yeah. That's really what we know.
none of you know any carpenters or stonesmiths, do you?
No.
I got a great glass bottle guy. But actually, you can plane shit. You're fine. You can
Imagine in a few decades, the wine cellar rebuilt and the collection beginning anew. I may take you up on that offer, but
In a few decades.
It'll be his grandson, but yeah.
that's the exact problem I'm running into now. It's been while since we've employed anybody to work on Markov Manor, and I'm not entirely sure the family is still passing those trades if they live. Help is hard to find.
Yeah, because they don't live very long, do they?
I mean, relatively, maybe. Again, relatively. Though life is short on Innistrad as is.
Well, we're gonna go chat with Johnny and Jace and head off to our hunt.
Okay, I can trust all of you that if anybody ever asks you if you know anything about, missing craftsmen and tradespersons, the next time you're on Innistrad, that you will not mention me.
Of course not.
Okay.
Okay.
You would be amazed by how much wealth will not coerce somebody to work on something in such a scenic place.
That must be frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Well, best of luck. I hope that wealth is enough of a coercion this time for them.
You just gotta find somebody who can defend themselves, and then you're good.
Well, it's less the issue and more can't have the other families knowing the process of rebuilding, who's rebuilding, and so obviously they have to conscript craftsmen and then talk their wages. But I can't let anybody know what's being built or how it's being built, so yeah.
It's tough.
Well, good luck. Well, we hope we see you around this summer.
It's this summer.
Isn't it?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, break.
I
It's
just
like,
assumed it was always sunny in this overly cheery place.
Oh, I don't know about this place. I'm not from here.
It's bet it doesn't even get foggy here. It'd be too much for these people, I imagine.
And I chuckle and walk away. Or step over to Johnny and Jace. Say,
Someone will
thanks.
slip away.
Okay. And I say hey to Johnny and Jace.
Did someone just say he was going to kidnap people and force them to work? This is a Johnny.
Not directly. No, he didn't come out and say that.
I don't think he said he was going to do that. I think he said that's what other people have done.
Mm-hmm.
We should do something about this, right? And he's gonna kind of look at Jace, and Jace is like, I didn't do anything.
I mean, I don't think he's gonna.
Because that's wrong.
You're certainly right about that.
It is. But I don't know if he's doing any of that right now. Right now he's looking for Nahiri.
Huh.
So.
Well, that's understandable. She's always trying to kill him.
Yeah. So his current goal is to locate Nahiri. So. The other stuff felt
Well, I guess
almost
we're not
as
gonna
if
be
it
the only
was-
ones hunting today.
I guess not.
Let's do it.
Have you settled on what you want to hunt?
Oh, Bo, what do you want to hunt? Wild boar, deer, hare? You could use some hare.
That's very mean of you. You decide.
No, I've been doing all the talking.
I'm still asleep.
Chime in over here, Flambeau.
I'm still asleep.
No, you're with us.
Flambeau.
Come on, chime in.
I don't care. Anything.
Ailing, what do you want to hunt?
I thought we had to get out there and find the game.
Do you not at least have some idea of what you were looking for? Do you
We'll look for some wild boar.
I don't know.
know what tracks you're going to be looking for? Which direction you're going to go because of that?
We'll start with boar.
Okay.
That does sound the most fierce.
Sounds as close to troll as y'all are gonna get today, so.
Well then, let us,
It's better to beat us to a bridge.
as it seems, let us be off then.
Let us be
yeah,
off.
man, let's be off.
Okay, is there anything y'all want to do before heading out for, to go hunting early in the morning?
I run out the front door immediately.
I eat breakfast.
What? No.
I have a bite.
But I have an apple.
I mean, no,
That's
not
funny as
really.
fuck, bro. I sprint out the front door.
Just gone.
I go head first into the wall.
Door's locked. I take 5 damage.
I close my eyes. I run into the front door.
I don't have any, like, what spells are you preparing?
None.
I'm preparing. Lesser, restoration, bark skin, heat metal, warding wind, and healing word. Does it make sense for me to do that? No.
Oh, okay.
Are we doing it? Yes. Hey, write down in your journal, next time we're about to go to long rest, ask Aowing if he's got any second level spells yet left.
Okay.
What is it?
I'll know what that means.
Okay.
I probably won't, but we gotta try.
Okay, as, yeah, y'all get satiated. Do y'all want to grab any supplies before you go? Like
Are there
a
supplies
I
bow,
got a
available?
health potion right here
a
already.
spear?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Are those available?
A simple.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a short bow and some arrows and because those are simple weapons, right?
I'm gonna cook this thing as soon as you see it, so.
Is a spear a simple weapon?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna get a few
It
spears.
can also
They
be.
gonna be on fire and running immediately.
what?
It can also be a monk weapon as well.
Nice. Yeah.
You get
Provided I
three.
hit it.
I'm gonna get some spears.
You definitely need a spear for boar.
No, you
Right?
got a
Yeah.
fireball.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bacon immediately.
Dude, I'm turning into like young Link out here with the tunic and the wooden shield and the sword and the bow.
You need
The Deku shield, bro.
you need the
If I get hit with fire, you have
I
to
don't
take
really
it
have
away.
any like
You gotta
weapons,
get the Deku
I have a
Dart or
short
whatever it was.
sword.
Yeah.
And shoot
but like
the
range
slingshot.
weapons.
Oh, you got
You like
it's like
darts.
I have
little
darts,
poppers.
that's it.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Or sling as well.
I'm gonna grab 3 spears.
Well, you spear that. I got missiles. They're the same thing, right?
What is the attack on a spear?
It is
1d6.
one-handed 1d6 plus strength, and then two-handed 1d8 plus strength.
Can you two-hand it and then unarmed attack after you let go?
I don't see why not.
Brilliant.
My attack.
At least, like in her case, because she wouldn't be using a shield or anything else.
Yeah, imagine
Switch
like
it
you
back and
just
forth, yeah.
stab him with a shield spear and then pull a hand
What's
off
my
and
attack
punch him in
modifier?
the face.
It
Unarmed
would be
strike.
Yes.
proficiency plus strength.
Or you could kick.
Dang it,
Unless,
this one's strength. Or can it be dexterity because it's a monk
you
weapon?
can just kick.
If it is a monk weapon, then
Is
then
it a
would
monk
be
weapon?
dexterity.
I wouldn't know.
There should be.
I'm proficient in simple weapons.
There
Nobody
should
knows
be a part
what
where it
this
says
is. She's a
for
flying
monk
demon
weapons
with
or
a
one
spear
of the things.
and
This is
kicks.
probably in the first level.
Holy fuck.
It doesn't say what they are.
What does it say about them?
It says you gain the following
No.
benefits while you are unarmed or wielding only monk weapons and you are wearing armor or wielding a shield. Use dex instead of strength for attack damage rolls. For unarmed strikes and monk weapons, use a D4 in place of normal damage on unarmed strike or monk weapon. This dice changes as you gain levels. When you use the attack action with an unarmed strike or a monk weapon, on your turn you can make one unarmed strike as a bonus action. but it doesn't tell me. Maybe if I keep looking, it'll tell me what the monk weapons are.
Okay, yeah. Monk weapons are short swords and any simple melee weapon that don't have the two-handed or heavy property.
So it's not a
spear
monk
is
weapon.
one of them. Because spear has versatile, not two-handed.
Oh, so I can use my dex modifier.
Yep. Yeah.
So I can make my +5. Yay.
Yeah, dex and proficiency.
So can I use dex instead of strength for my damage?
Oh, yes. Yeah, you use it for both.
That's nice because my strength is 0.
Yeah. Setting. Go ahead and setting out on y'all's hunt. Heading out of the city and then out into the countryside. It is the three of you. Jace. No weapons or anything on his part in tow, and he seems to just kind of
He's fine.
be there to be there. And Ajani, who has, in the way that like some people would wear like a quiver of arrows on their back, he has a appropriately sized like quiver of spears, essentially.
Yes.
Bound together.
Is it Tom Cruise's javelin, exploding javelins?
Not exploding, but
Cruise missiles.
Along that too, there's like a heavily like bundled thing that it's probably some sort of weapon. It's wider. It's of uniform like sizing at the top and bottom. It's about as tall as he is, and it's bound up. And the core of it seems smaller, but it's bound up in like hide and entwined with like brightly colored feathers adorning the roping and stuff of it. But yeah, he seems a little more in his element now, getting out of the castle and away from everybody. And he seems just more in the moment. Being out here hunting, you guys are like sniffing, checking like a large number of things as y'all are going along. Just being far more comfortable out here than in the castle.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, let me go ahead and get does anybody here have proficiency in survival?
But are on that 20?
I want to say yes.
Earlier. I did.
No, I don't. Dang it! I thought I did.
I do not.
No.
Okay, let me
thought that
go
was
ahead
kinda
and get 2 survival checks from y'all. It has to be different people.
Mine's a +2.
+3.
You and me?
Yeah. 17 +3, dirty
Mine's
20.
caught. Right? 9. So take the dirty 20.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Checking it out. If AoE were to like find or stumble upon tracks, how would he do it? Like, would he actively be looking for them, or would he just like notice them, or
like this morning? Is he
He'd
on his
step
8
into it.
game?
you step into it?
He'd step into it and be like, "Oh, obviously, here's the tracks. Guys, come on."
Yeah, you'll.
Ouch, my ankle.
Yeah, stepping
These are kind of big.
stepping into it. Yeah, it looks. There's a large imprint in like just off the road, sort of kind of in the mud and some of like the higher grass along this. And I guess you'd stepped off for a second and stepped into it. And there's also a small figure in this that looks like it was like squished essentially.
Oh.
It's probably it's got the most distinctive feature of this is it's got it almost look like for again it looks like Santa's hat but without the white like ball at the end. It's got like a long red like
Cap.
yeah like a cap or sort of a hat of sorts. And it's smaller. It almost looks like one of the fairies, but it's a little bigger. Like it's got like sharper teeth. It's got like beadier eyes.
No.
It's got like rough clothing on as well. It looks like it had been squished by whatever walked by.
Is it dead?
It seems dead right now. Yeah.
Can I investigate the track to see if I know what type of, if it's an animal or if it's like something else?
Beast or monstrosity?
Yeah, beast. Is it a boar? Is it a deer? Can I tell? Is it like a hoof print or is it like a troll foot?
Give me
Like, what is it? Can we tell what it's a track from?
no, the mud and the thing sitting in it is a track that.
Can I get
Give me
size?
Give me do you have proficiency in nature?
I do not, but I have a +3.
You can give me a nature check with disadvantage on this one. You know, this is a land you've never been to.
Okay.
So 14.
4. Oh, okay, 14.
Okay, it looks like it's probably bovine in some sense. Like portions of the imprint are deeper than others and more along the outside of it. The shape is odd though. It's a little more oval than you might expect. It's large. Probably 2 or 3 feet ish wide.
And I
2 or
asked
3 feet ish wide.
Johnny, do you know what made this print?
You kind of look at it. Honestly, no, but I've never been here and could be a huge deer, a boar of some sort,
One big ass deer.
horse,
Holy shit.
a bull.
2 or 3 feet wide imprint? Yeah.
I imagine it's probably a predator of some sort. This thing it trampled over. Doesn't seem
Must
to
have
have,
moved quick enough to step on that thing.
doesn't seem to have upset its gait at all. Probably didn't even notice.
Can I see if the thing is? Can I see if you gotta make sure if it's alive?
Sure. How do you want to do that?
Say.
Can we do speak to the dead?
Don't touch it.
I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna say. Hello? Are you okay? Sir? And I'm gonna
Heal it.
I'm gonna cast healing word on him. I'm gonna stick out my moon sickle and say, "Be healed, my friend."
You don't have to waste it.
Oh, you're gonna do that?
I can touch it.
Oh, touch his ass, bro.
I'm pretty sure I can
Never
do-
mind. I'll Flamma waves me off.
Yeah, I'll do healing hands on it.
Okay.
It would be just enough.
2d4.
Number of d4s equal to proficiency bonus, so I can heal it that way.
3. 7.
7 health to the little guy.
That's big.
Yeah. Yeah. So as you're doing that, it seems to sort of come back from the precipice of death here. And let me do a quick little thing because this will actually be quick enough. Let me get an initiative from everybody. But we won't go to the map because this is going to be a small thing.
That is an 18.
21. Savage. Oh, fuck.
22.
Sleep his ass.
What, the little guy?
Yeah.
You want me to?
He's gonna attack.
He only has 7 fucking health.
That's why I said sleeping.
Why? Because then you can't talk to him.
Well, if you kill him, you can't talk to him either.
Put him in a bottle. He's glass jars.
He's bigger than that.
He is?
He's like a little. He's bigger than a fairy.
Oh shit.
So he's got a little hat, bro.
Okay.
It's like a little Gravity Falls gnome.
All right. So Reverence, you will be up as Flambeau is like knelt over this small thing and pump light into it. The first thing you see, like when it opens up its eyes, is that they are just blood red with no pupil. And as it starts moving around, you'll see that there is fur stuck in its sharp teeth as it starts to now like opening its mouth and starting to like squirm around, and there's like leftovers like blood.
Oh.
Is it?
Yep. Shouldn't have healed it.
How much is it moving?
Yeah, it should have finished its ass off.
Yeah. It was like kind of
Glad
slow.
you-
Do I have enough time to tie it up?
I mean, you can go. It's like full turn. It's like we're in initiative. You're up first, and
It's
but
still-
it's starting to get a point like it was like moving slow and probably just like on the precipice of death.
Is it still
while
laying
you're
down?
coming up, but
Is it still prone?
it would still be prone in this situation, but
Sure,
as it's coming to, it is beginning to move just with like a
All the
with
professors are
like
in front of me.
with like a belligerent
Ready for
violence.
action, I guess.
Violence.
With just a belligerent violence.
Okay, then I'm gonna get my short sword and stab it.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
I mean, if it's being violent,
We don't know if it's violent.
You know what? Do your thing.
I mean,
I just revive this thing
all
first to murder it.
according to all the people in the town we were just in, this creature's probably part of the wild hunt shit. It's blood red eyes, crazy violent. Seems like a fairy elf or some nonsense.
I hate going to just murdering stuff.
Well then beat its ass, Steve ass.
Why'd you let me heal it?
Well what?
Yeah, I'm gonna just like unarmed strike it.
Oh,
I'm just gonna like punch it and
just
try to knock
punch-
it out.
Just
Poke it a little bit.
just non-fatal wounds.
Yeah.
to knock it back out.
You're trying to do non-fatal damage.
I just want to knock it out.
That's my favorite. I just want to do 78 points of non-lethal wounds.
Okay.
Like, I'm not gonna curb stomp it, but I'm just gonna like
you do
knock
twice
it back
its-
out.
You just permadeath it.
Okay,
You get twice its hit points.
All right, go ahead and.
I'm just gonna unarmed strike it.
All right, yeah. Give me an attack roll. Give it with disadvantage.
Oh,
But it's prone.
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
That's 20.
Actually, that would make it flat. That would make it flat. Just so just
Oh,
flat
18
attack
then.
roll. 18 will hit.
I have a feeling this is not gonna be a good thing. Well, 5 points of damage.
Oh darn! You almost got him.
Yeah,
Shoot.
and, go punching down at it. It
goes,
just with like an incredible like violence, just like sort of kind of jerks out of the way, and you don't manage to connect as hard as you thought you were about to. It's like the last second, just like an erratic, like jerky movement.
really
It
hard
started
to
to move
kill.
out of the way.
You have a bonus action.
Yeah, I'm gonna bonus action and unarmed strike it again.
Okay.
If it gets out of your range, you can opportunity attack.
Non-lethal damage again.
Well, is it still a flat roll?
Yes.
7.
That will miss.
That's me.
Missing.
Well, I hit
Missing.
it, but I didn't hit it as hard as I thought.
Yeah.
All
Probably
right.
resistant to
Now,
Force damage.
bludgeoning.
Or bludgeoning.
Next in order, Flambeau. 'Cause, yeah, you are kneeling right up along this thing, as it's now just like starting to move, like it's moving again now, and yeah, there's it's almost like it jerks in the way that like shadows like displayed on a wall by a flickering candle jerk. It is like wildly erratic.
Should I just magic missile it?
No.
Sleep it?
Yes. No?
What do you want me to do? Rune skinny his ass? Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't do that. That'd be mean. See bass.
Do whatever you want.
I go ahead and I pull my skimmy out and I said, I am a blade singer. I'm not singing though. I'm gonna take a hack at it.
Alright, give me an attack roll.
Yeah.
A flat attack roll.
What is this thing?
What's my plus?
Huh?
What is
It's a dex plus
You're not sure. It's
So it should
a very, very
Plus
tiny little creature
Plus 3 to hit.
that certainly seems
right
magical
here.
in nature.
Plus 3 to hit.
If not in nature, then in
Oh, dude, I never got it.
species. It's just changed everything.
2-1.
21.
Alright, give me the damage for it.
D6 plus 2 plus 1.
Plus 1. 5 points of damage.
Alright. Yeah, connecting with it, it jerks out of the way sort of at the last possible second. You're not cutting as deep as you thought you would in the moment before, but still making contact.
This little fucker. No,
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else. Alright, well, I stay within 5 feet of it for the end of my turn.
Alright, staying there. Alright, Awen, you are up.
I say, stop, please. What? We're trying to help. Oh my fuck! And I shocking grasp.
So grabs, what is that?
It is a attack roll.
Okay, give me an attack roll on it. It is with disadvantage.
Aw.
Damn.
Even though it's a 5 foot range?
Even though, is it a ranged spell attack?
No, it's a melee spell attack.
It's a melee spell attack.
It's a touch spell.
Okay, yeah, it'd be a flat roll.
Okay. 17.
17 will not hit.
Oh my god!
Y'all brought this little shit.
Chill, bro. Chill. Alright, not my turn anymore.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's gonna get up, using half the movement, and begin putting those teeth to work. And it's going to start chomping at Flambeau, the hand that just healed it.
And then attacked it.
Poor shit.
That's gonna make 3 bites at you.
3.
Poor shit.
What's your AC?
13.
13.
It is?
2 of them will hit.
Yeah. I'm not a tank.
I'm not a tank.
Does sound like D4s.
Okay, so 2 hit. So 1 is 3 plus 6. So 9 and 8. So 17 points of piercing damage. As you start to realize that these teeth are kind of serrated. And his bite has far more power behind it than one would think looking at
I
it.
have 8 health, bro.
Good thing you have a healing potion.
Good thing I do. Only have 1.
Yeah, and it will.
Can't believe we did this. to
Just
ourselves.
seeing cornered on all sides. It's going to just continue its sort of berserk fury going on. So back up to the top.
I'm sorry, where are the professors?
Kill this motherfucker.
Bajani's kind of watching.
Bring my short sword and stab it.
And
If you take my
Jace
persistence,
is
I'll
sort of
murder
like
you.
The what?
trying to like
I'll
from a
murder
distance
you.
like look
If I eat this?
between y'all and see what's
Yes.
What's going on
happening.
over
And he's
there?
like
They're
asking
all
like
gonna be
Ajani
gone
if he
then,
can
I
see what's happening. And Ajani's just kind of thoughtfully looking at all of you, sort of like with a maybe like worried look. considering how he's starting to measure how the hunt might go the rest of the day.
Alright, short sword stab.
It will be with disadvantage now that it is up.
Well, not one, so.
Will miss.
Unarmed strike, I guess.
Beat his ass, your ass.
Actually,
probably
no.
coming dangerously close to cutting either Flambeau or Eowyn, giving the you are all now surrounding it
Oh my
and
god, if you
cutting
damage
at
me.
something that's like this tall amongst y'all. One actually hit, but it's getting dangerous around y'all now.
I'm gonna use. Oh, I can't bonus action use my spear. Unarmed strikes, that's all I can do in my bonus
It will
action.
be with disadvantage.
Wait. I'm gonna. Should I activate my Eldritch tattoo?
And do what?
An extra 1d6 damage and give myself a 15-foot reach so I can scoot back? No? Okay.
We just started on this adventure and
I'll unarmed strike it. It is at disadvantage?
Because this erratic movements make it incredibly difficult to.
16? No,
Miss.
17.
17 will miss.
17 will miss?
Yeah, I just missed with the 17. It was tough to hit. It's little.
Okay, that's it for me then.
Yeah, it's this wild erratic movement starting to become an issue. Alright then. Flambeau, you are up as chaos is in full tilt now.
did I get an opportunity attack? Is it still within 5 feet of me?
It never
Never
only
left the
stood
range.
up.
Yeah.
As it's basically in the middle of a triangle of all three of you.
Well, I'm going to magic missile on a level 2 spell.
Whoa.
Okay.
We're gonna knock it out, bro.
You get a level 2?
Bro, it murdered me down to 8 health.
You only have 2 spell slots at level 2.
It's okay, we'll just use this one.
Whatever. Whatever you say. We held it for 7, and then we did 4.
But did we really do any damage to it?
He said we didn't do as much as we hoped. Or we're thinking we might have, which is always DM code for half.
So I got 4 d4s plus 1 for each one.
Oh, you rolled a 4.
So
That's
20 points of force damage.
yeah.
Yeah, how does it die?
Oh.
When you hit it with this.
it just gets impaled by all 4 darts. 1 in the stomach, 1 in the head, and 1 in each kneecap because we don't like them. And then basically it just pins him to the ground.
Yeah, and you hear that same noise as when you walked up and first healed it.
Wait.
You want to heal it again?
No, fuck no. Jeez.
Dude.
Finish it.
Yeah, no, it is that. It was that was like the last gasping breaths of it.
Okay, now take your potion for fuck's sake.
Alright, I take my potion from my jar. I need to write down what it is. I did. My dragon vessel.
Mm-hmm.
So you take your one for the day?
My dragoon vessel. Yeah.
I mean, taking it 17 HP is like, that's a hit.
It was a hit.
Yeah.
Little bastard.
That's a slap. Let's say you take it as action, that's 10.
Gnawing at fingers, almost taking 1 or 2 of them.
So I basically get to take the full health potion.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So
10
that's
back.
10?
Yes.
I'll heal you later when you get hurt again.
So I'm at 18 now.
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah, I didn't have to waste any spells. Well,
I
thanks.
did.
You used level 2.
Well,
He
That
was
was your
mad.
choice.
If
That was
it-
his impulsive choice of it
if-
hurting so
if
bad.
it
That was
would've
his
hit
like,
me
fuck you,
again-
vengeance.
if it would have hit me again, I was going down.
I would have picked you right back up.
See, that's my team. See, I'm not used to having
It's
teammates
a
there
pride
like
thing.
that, you know.
You're gonna hear Jason's voice over be like, Well, you at least gotta work as a team.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
We were trying to help that thing and gonna ask it some questions about what crushed it, and so we could figure out how to hunt it. But then it turned out to be feral, and so we had to put it back down.
Yeah. Do you know what that thing is?
I have no idea.
I think from now on, when I find something dead, I'm probably not just gonna heal it. Out of.
Well, I mean,
We
most people
tried.
around here seem pretty scared of the wilderness and then the wild. I believe it's a big W wild. Things out here, I guess, they do seem pretty dangerous. But you seem to be able to somewhat overcome that.
Somewhat.
Well, we survived.
We survived this encounter, and whatever crushed this is much bigger. So let's go follow these tracks.
Sure.
Now that we've done fighting the thing that it killed.
Right?
Yeah, but we want to be sneak.
Oh, you wanna go slowly?
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, let's.
We're hunting.
Slowly.
We gotta sneak up on it.
We're gonna stealth
Stealth.
as we track
Yeah.
this giant beast, bovine creature.
Hey, you're not gonna just stroll on into a bear cave, are you?
We're strolling for the troll.
It's a stroll for the troll.
Yeah, Johnny will come over to all of you, and there's kind of like not like a look of like hopelessness, but like a look of pleading in his eyes. He looks at Jace for a few moments, and Johnny will say to y'all, "Do you wish me to follow the tracks and lead from here? Do you want to? Do you think you can?"
You by all means.
No, we'll watch how you do it.
Yeah, you by all means.
I mean, would we be able to learn by watching you, or do you think it would be?
I mostly just follow the tracks unless you're looking for other specific things about the animal, but we don't know what it is. I mean, you could potentially look into what its diet is, how big it might be comparatively
we gotta find some poop.
you know what it is, but we don't know what this thing is. We don't know if it's oversized or undersized for.
Let's follow the tracks.
Undersized. I bet it's undersized.
Or it could be, you could tell if it's hurt by the deepness of some of the tracks or a difference in the gait.
Pudding.
That's a good point.
True.
But we're unfamiliar with whatever this is, so
Can I loot that little guy that I just murdered?
yeah, it doesn't
Investigate if he's got anything cool.
has nothing on it.
Is there any oozing goo or anything like that?
Yeah.
Do you have any
It's
cantrips?
like blood.
I've never seen you cast a cantrip, I don't think.
Or it has what you can assume is like its blood.
I have light, message, and chilling touch. Chill touch.
Ooh, chill touch? Bro.
What?
It's,
Should I use that?
Yeah.
No, I like
It's like a darker green, like looking substance with what looks like sparkles of like silver or glitter in it.
Scurry.
Does it look magical at all or no?
For sure.
Yeah.
Those colors, magical as shit.
You want some?
What? No. What? No.
Okay.
What? No.
No, no vial.
I'm good on the vials of people's blood and shit.
You know, when you are looking at that, Jace is gonna kind of like look at his eyes like, we don't have to like, I don't know, smell the blood or taste it, do we? Or
We like paint it on our faces.
No, this is not our first kill. This is not. We weren't hunting this. This was just something we happened upon.
okay.
Yeah.
It was
Anyway,
all for y'all. I wasn't going to do it even if, but yes.
thanks for asking. Let's roll. Follow the
Let's roll.
tracks.
Okay, and what's your passive perception? Because I imagine you would probably have the highest.
I have 15.
15.
Yeah, mine's 12.
12?
Mine's
Okay.
not the highest.
You will notice y'all aren't making sounds when you move. Like as you're moving through this, like through the longer grass and like the edging of the forest, this was like sort of a smaller meadow, and like the tracks go like into the woods. And you realize that y'all definitely like are not making any noise as you walk.
Can we talk?
Yeah, you can.
Does it seem like this is a magical effect from somebody?
Your passive perception probably, given the glowing tattoos of Jace behind y'all, and Johnny's best attempts to make it look like he's like kind of out in front with y'all, like trying to be like pantomiming, like being quiet and like sneaking. He seems to understand that it's, yeah. He seems to have, in that moment, pled with Jace to help all of you a little bit.
So we've got a little pass without a trace going that we don't know about?
Probably.
I have that spell, so I'd be able to recognize it.
Something similar.
Cool. Maybe a
The
little...
pass without trace does not remove noise.
Cool. Yeah, it would be more the visual.
Yeah, as Jace makes very, very little attempt to hide or walk sneakily.
Cool. So we roll.
As you are going through, and eventually this will lead to a clearing, sort of in the woods, and there's like keeled over, like heavily breathing, is a large. It looks kind of like a cross between like a large boar and sort of like a. Do y'all know where like the giant sloths, like the like Jurassic like sloths used to look like?
Oh,
Like it's like it was they were called like megatheriums.
like the 9-foot ones?
Yeah.
I think I've seen the
They
ones
live
that
on the ground?
It kind of looks something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know what
Cool.
It's kind of like a mix between it's like breed. It's like keeled over. Like it's got dark fur and it's like slicked with blood and like cuts, and it's like breathing like heavily.
Oh no. Johnny, if this beast is something else's prey, we should be looking out for that creature right now, shouldn't we?
Yes, certainly.
Okay, cool. I feel like I'm learning. So, let's fucking set up a trap.
We can attempt to, yes. I'm just worried the size of the beast, having taken what this is down. Did you bring any forged traps, or are you going to try and catch it with a snare made from vines?
Best I can do is a snare made from vines.
Okay. Do you know the kind of foliage to use around here? Because I am unaware of the fauna and foliage of this place.
Or where are we right now? Is it like a clearing? Is it?
It's like it's like part. It's like just a little bit like into the forest from like the high grassy area that y'all were kind of in a moment earlier, and kind of it's like a little bit of a clearing in the woods, but it's the woods aren't super heavy yet, but it certainly gets like heavier and older and ancient farther in as the woods go.
Can I get a sense on what season it is?
It's
leaves?
summer.
It's summer. Okay, yeah. So there's not a ton of leaves on the ground. It's not like there'd be like a big pile anywhere. Maybe less of a trap than more of an ambush.
Okay. Do you know if it's coming back? If it's returning?
Can you tell by the? Is there any way you can tell by the tracks whether this creature was fleeing or like had it survived an attack or?
There are no other tracks.
Well, I mean, by the tracks that we followed.
The tracks we followed led it here. It seemed. I would say it was maybe in a hurry, but I'm not entirely sure exactly how heavy it is. The track seemed deep for the size of it, but could be an especially heavy animal, or I'm unfamiliar with it.
How fresh do these tracks look?
They're very fresh. I mean, it's still alive.
It's right here. So if we follow the tracks the other way, would we find the creature that attacked it?
We came from that way.
I know, but if we kept going the other, like, if we followed them,
Would we end up finding?
well, that's not really a great question.
We would have passed it.
Why wouldn't a creature that could do this to this one follow it up for the kill, for the meal?
It's hunting for sport. It's hunting for vengeance. Any multitude of things other than survival, really. It's still alive. It's not being eaten. Maybe it caught on to us and is waiting for us to leave before it finishes.
Okay, well, there's no honor or glory in hunting a beast that's already been hunted. So, let's find some new prey and maybe we'll find the thing that did this to this sweet creature.
Yeah, and Jace from a little bit back behind all of you. I've been like looking around during this. I think he's gonna rather like quietly and seriously, say to all of you, I don't think we're gonna wait long for that. And the grass and foliage around y'all is going to just start shaking. Yeah. And you're gonna start hearing like a lot of chittering from a multitude of sources.
Chittering?
Mm.
No!
Well, the clanking and gnashing of small sets of teeth. But like a locust swarm of a sound now.
Holy shit.
And we will return to that situation.
Oh no.
That's crazy.
It's had a wild hunt.
Are they gnomes?